All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gunner Ola coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it's to talk about Arsenal because, quite frankly, it's the international break and I'm bored as fuck. Uh, we are in full international lull mode, I tell you. Joining me is my brother from another mother, Ola. Say hello to the people.
What's happening, people? How you doing? Hope you guys are just trying to look forward to the next Premier League game coming up. Tired of this interlull, so it's a good thing Chiggy's put this together, get us away, pull us away out of the interlull oblivion that we've been chucked into, and yeah, we're here to talk some Arsenal business. Thanks for inviting me back on, Chig.
No, you're very welcome, brother. You're very welcome. Now, my other brother from another mother, Lee, is on some BMT time. I don't know what he's doing. Basically, he told me, bro, I'll be 5 minutes. I'll be 5 minutes. So I'm going to trust that Lee will be here. He will be here. It's just a case of when. I'm hoping he'll be here sometime in the next 5 to 10 minutes and it'll just pop up on the screen.
Bro, usually that's me.
Yeah. Usually lately that has been me. On some BM2 thing. I don't know what's going on.
But usually that's me jumping in 5-10 minutes later into the pod and that. So it's nice for a change.
Exactly.
And I'll be holding him accountable when he shows up.
When he gets here. So yeah. Just so the reason for the halftime report, some people might think it's a little bit early. It probably is. Maybe I should have done it in the next international break during November. But I figured, you know what? Halftime for most kids is next week. So I thought, you know what? Let's do it then. It's halftime for the kids. It's going to be halftime for the players. So, Ola, first things first, we're 8 Premier League games in, 11 games all in all. What's your take on the Emery revolution?
The first thing right off the back that I'm going to lay down right now before we even go anywhere is if anybody had offered me this position we're in, this amount of games on the run that we're on, despite Manchester City and Chelsea fixtures right at the beginning, I would have snatched your hand off and run without even looking back. I mean, Usain Bolt style. Maybe when I'm done running the 200 meters or 100 meters and I get tired, I get in Mo Farah's mode and keep running. You see me? So it's one of those. It's one of those where I was thinking, you know, it couldn't have been better. It's good for Emery, and I'll tell you why. Emery he needed his ideology being bought into. Right? As a new manager, just taking over this new team, big shoes to fill. Wenger's left, 22 years tenure. This guy's coming to the club, got introduced to the club by Ivan. He's a fraud now as far as I'm fucking concerned. That fucker fucked off and left us in the shit. So, got introduced to the club. The man comes in, settles in, has the preseason. He got hammered with the first 2 games because of his ideology. And the one guy that I wasn't expecting to come to his rescue or defend him publicly was Gary Neville, because every other old dinosaur that was out there were killing him, you know what I mean, with this playing out the back system and whatever else. And even some of us had concerns with him, you know, with that system, but we weren't killing him. We were just saying, we're a little bit concerned because you're using the wrong goalkeeper for this ideology you want to play. We love your ideology. We are on board with your ideology. And we just think you're using the wrong personnel for doing it. That's what we said. But the other experts upon people like Sam Allardyce, Souness, you name it, they were all killing him for even attempting to force this ideology on the team. And Gary Neville said, look, there's no reason why this man should change his own ideology, his own philosophy for what he's trying to do. And, you know, he's stuck with it. is proof to the players that it can work. And what, 11 games in, we're here.
That to me, I think the last part of what you just said is the most telling part. I think more than anything, the players are now convinced that the philosophy is that the ideology of playing from the back works. Because, all right, Czech is now injured, so it's easy to say, all right, Leno has installed that.
People.
But cheers, I wish I had a drink around me. But prior to Czech going injured, I actually think Czech was getting used to that system.
Yeah.
People shit on Czech. The last few games of Czech before he got injured, I thought he adapted very, very well. And he was using his goal kicks. Boy Wonder has joined us. Hello to the people.
Boy Wonder, you joker.
Boy Wonder, I call you that, bro.
Sorry, I'm late.
It's like that. It's like you can prepare with the can, with the beer, everything. I just cheers that the people, man.
I didn't know.
Do you know what it is? Yeah,
We heard it. Like, yeah, let me cheers that shit as well.
No, do you know what it is? Right, I claim my fuel back at work. Yeah, like, and I hope they're watching this because I know I'm skanking them, innit? Right?
I was gonna say, what are you doing, baiting it up?
I've only claimed 60 quid fuel this week. I was like, nah, I've got to get another 60 quid out of them, and it dawned on me about 40 minutes ago. So I went on a round the world mission to try and get a fuel receipt. Yeah, and the kind lady in the petrol garage around the corner from my house was like, I can print you one out now. So yeah, but if I hadn't have done it when I did it, I probably would have forgot after the show and I wouldn't have claimed it back. So yeah, man.
Don't worry, brother. You know me. I've always give you a hard time.
And then the funny thing is, I then left the garage and realised, fuck, I ain't got any fags or beer. Yeah, so then I had to go. Then when I texted you saying 5 minutes, I'd actually gone past the co-op, and I was nearly home. I was like, for fuck's sake, mate, rushing around, man.
I was planning on breaking your balls. Like, what fucking time do you call this? Like, what time?
This is Nigerian time, bruv. You know I'm like, Nigerian time, bruv. Fashionably late, yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, bro. But no, so funny, you ain't really missed that much. I got Ola's summary about how the first kind of few games of Emery's tenure, because it's half term for the kids next week. Having a daughter, so I figured, you know what, let's give Emery a little half time, half term kind of analysis of how we see his tenure going. So, how do you see his first 11 games going of the season?
Mate, he's been a breath of fresh air. Seriously, I fucking love the geezer. Yeah, every time he speaks, I'm just sitting there like, wow, this is our manager. This is actually Arsenal's manager. I'm just like, mate, proper bromance, bruv. Yeah, love him to bits. And like seeing him like at games or even on TV, because I've missed the last few games for whatever reason. Like seeing him, he don't sit down, literally. And the best bit about it is, I know a few people that sit behind where the manager is. Yeah, so where all the players are. And I know people that sit left and right of where the bench is. Right? And both of them people that I know, they sit either side, have said that in years gone by, you're not allowed to criticise the manager. Otherwise, the stewards come and tell you, listen, you're on your last warning. We're going to revoke your season ticket.
Wow.
Yeah, literally. If you're that close, I'm not going to name names of who I know that sits there.
Don't wait them up.
But I've known them for quite a while, and they've said to me that over the last few years, people that have got a little bit, shall we say, colourful in their language, have been told like you're being ejected, and they've actually physically been kicked out and had their season tickets taken away because they're venting their anger.
I couldn't sit behind him then. I couldn't have sat behind him.
Trust me, I'd be doing 12 years in Belmarsh or something, mate. But having spoken to one of them two people this season, that person said to me that it's just like they can obviously hear what the manager's saying. Yeah. Right, because they're that close, right?
He tries to talk in English to all the players, doesn't he?
Yeah, man. He tries his hardest. But the best bit about it is you see when the number two, I can't remember our number two's name. That's quite sad that I can't remember his name. Cancelo, whatever his name is, when they're both up, they're barking orders at the players. It's actually Unai Emery that's being the defensive mind. Right?
Oh, okay.
So it's him that's shouting the orders to the defenders and to Torreira or Xhaka or whoever, yeah? And it's actually the number 2 that's
Juan
given
Carlos
the...
is the name you
That's it,
want.
Juan
Big
Carlos.
up to Alex.
Juan.
Big up to Alex Alert in the chat room.
Juan Carlos,
they just
that's
pop
it.
the answers in there. Juan
Top
Carlos.
man. But yeah, it's actually him that's more the attacking mind. So when they're both standing there, you've got Emery barking orders at the defenders, and you've got Juan Carlos shouting the orders and instructions to the attackers. So yeah, man, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, do you know what? We started off against Man City. That was the hardest game you could possibly have. Right, playing against the current record-breaking champions that have just blitzed every record apart from going invincible, which they'll never do.
Yeah, that's game 1.
But match day 1, we had Man City, and I'll be straight up. I've said it to you on here before, and I've said it to Ola. I've never seen Ederson make so many mistakes. The last time I see him make that many mistakes was when Liverpool pressed him as high as they did in the Champions League semi, I think it was, or quarter-final, whatever it was. And if Ozil had a better touch, which he normally has an immaculate first touch, if he had a better touch, we would have been 2-1 with 10, 12 minutes to go. And it's a totally different game. Lacazette's on the pitch. You know, we're at them. You know, to the point where they longed out Mahrez' substitution whilst he was taking a corner. And he walked off like a snail. And then they bring De Bruyne on, who walks over to take the corner like a snail. They were worried because we were all over him. And I'm not saying we would have come back and got a draw or anything like that, but to watch that game, that gave me a little bit of hope. It was like, okay, cool, we ain't been battered here and we ain't falling apart like we did last season against them there, yeah? At the Emirates, right? We then go away to Chelsea, and I was just like, I've got a good feeling. I thought we'd beat Chelsea.
Me too. Me too.
I'll be honest, if we had been cynical, if we had played that game now, we'd beat them. I'm fully confident of that. Because our strikers are on it. Yeah, they are. They are. And to be fair, their manager shocked me. I've mugged them off all summer. And Hazard, I've mugged him off all summer as well.
That's nice to hear from Lee, man. Actually moonwalking out of that one there. It's nice to hear from Lee. Shout out Colin in the chat.
Yes, Colin. Nice. No, but do you know what, Ola, right? They have shocked me. And like I said, if we had finished our chances against Chelsea, we would have gone in at half time 4-1 up against them. End of story. We would have been 4-1 up away to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Right? Now, I know we ended up losing the game, right? But that was probably the best we have played against Chelsea away since we done them when Van Persie scored a hat-trick, which is, 7 years ago, 2011. We then struggled through a few of other games after that, but listen, we're sat here on the back of 9 straight wins, right? And I've heard every Tom, Dick and Harry say to me, like work colleagues, people on Twitter, everybody, idiots on the radio, yeah, but they ain't really played anyone. Well, hang on a minute, motherfuckers. What do you mean we ain't played no one, right? Take Chelsea and Man City out of the equation. Watford were 4th in the table when we played them, right? And they'd beaten Tottenham. When we played West Ham, we beat West Ham. This is the same West Ham that drew with Chelsea a couple of weeks later or the following weekend and should have beaten Chelsea.
And went on to beat United.
These are teams we weren't beating last season.
And this is what makes me laugh, right? We lost to all kinds of teams last season. We lost to Brighton, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest.
Leicester cost me 100 fucking quid to get
exactly. We were losing Stoke City. People are saying, "Oh yeah, but you've only beaten Cardiff and they're in the bottom 3." We lost to Stoke last season, who got fucking relegated.
Yeah.
Right. We beat Cardiff, so that's equivalent. Yeah. Right. We drew with West Brom last season. Right. We drew with West Brom last season. Right. Now let's say the equivalent to West Brom is a Newcastle this season. In fact, we lost to Newcastle last season.
Yeah.
Yeah. We beat them. So I'm looking at it as we sit here after 11 games in all competitions with 9 wins, 2 losses to the last 2 reigning champions of the country. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, man, buzzing. Like, it could not have gone any better other than burying all of our chances against Chelsea. Because listen, to beat Man City, you've got to have some kind of luck because they're just fucking unreal, right? They're literally light years ahead of anything in this league, and they've got a settled squad that have all been there a long time now. They added Mahrez to that. They've got a top draw manager, and they've got some of the best players in the league.
At Liverpool as well.
Exactly.
That's scary.
Exactly.
That really scared.
And they've got some of the best players in the world, not just the league. Kevin De Bruyne, man, the geezer's fucking unreal. Aguero, they've got some top players. And if you're going to beat them, you need to be on top of your game, and they need to have an off day. And we weren't really on top of our game, but that was Emery's first game, and it weren't going to get any harder than that. But the only thing that could have gone better out of the last 11 games or the first 11 games of the season was burying our chances against Chelsea. Other than that, I don't give a fuck if we played shit against West Ham, Everton, Watford, and everybody else, Cardiff. Don't care. Don't care if we were dead against fucking Newcastle in the first half. We've won them games. And in years gone by, we would not have won them games. When Fulham come back to 1-1 against us, that is the exact sort of game where we would have folded last season.
Yeah, we'd have gone on to lose that.
Yeah, we would have gone on to lose all day long.
100%.
Mitrovic would have turned into a fucking prime Batistuta against us or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and we didn't. We then come out second half. We had the goal early with Lacazette in the second half, and then bang, we were fucking ruthless, right? And there's a couple of things I want to say before I shut up and let everyone else speak. Yeah, is that the fact that his substitutions every single time changed the game.
Or made some kind of difference. Yeah.
Exactly. Shows that he is tactically fucking sound, right? His starting 11s, I don't think we've all agreed with. And I think he's realised when he's substituting players at half-time, oh, fuck, I actually got it wrong, right? But what he's done is he's rectified it and given himself the best opportunity with the longest amount of time to put it right. Whereas the previous manager wouldn't have made the sub full stop until 65, 70 minutes. So then you're only giving yourself that... I'm not telling you, bruv. Google it, right? So what I'm trying to say is he's realised, oh, fuck, I've actually made a mistake. This isn't working. I'm now going to give us 45 minutes to rectify that rather than giving 20-minute mad scramble at the end of the game with a 70-minute substitution. And I think that's been a massive, massive thing. That also keeps every single player in that fucking team on their job, right? Because if they're not on it, they know they're getting whipped at half time. They're getting taken off, right? The other thing I'll say as well is I like the fact that he's, in the last 3 games, played 4 different formations.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like we're going with 2 up top against Fulham. We went with a, I think it was a 4-2-3-1 or whatever it was against Karabag. But then he changed it second half to a 3-4-3 or whatever it was. Yeah, the game before that, he went with a 4-1-2-1, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah.
We went with 3 at the back. We started with 3 at the back against Karabag, then switched
we
the
did,
shape.
and then we switched it. Yeah, sorry, I got it the wrong way around. Yeah. But the fact that he's had 4 different formations in 3 games tells me, do you know what? This guy sits there and he's a little. I'm not saying he's as good as Pep Guardiola, right? Because I don't think he is. Yeah, he's a good manager, right? And listen, I'm over the moon. He's our manager. I don't think we could have got anyone better at the given time that we got him, right? Yeah. With who was out there. We ain't ever going to get Simeone and people like that, Allegri, whatever, right? So out of the people available, I think he was the best candidate. He's managed big egos with Neymar and Mbappe, Thiago Silva, people like that at PSG, Cavani, they're big egos. So he ain't scared to manage these players. He ain't scared to drop these players. And like I said to you on the previous show I was on, he called out Ozil at Man City. He took him off after 70 minutes against Chelsea and then dropped him for West Ham. Since then, every game Ozil's played, I've seen him tracking back. I've seen him bumping people off the ball. I've seen him getting stuck in. And before people come out with, oh, that's not Ozil's job, it's not Lacazette's job either. But Lacazette's overtaken this player last season to get back and get the ball. So, the fact that he's now made in 11 games.
Happy with Ozil this season,
I am. I'm happy with him so far. Listen, I can't criticise him this season so far. But the fact that in 11 games, he has made a bunch of overrated, lazy, bottle job lightweights look like they're a real force for any team now. is credit to him, mate. Because every single player in that squad has stepped up this season. And they're all scared of being dropped. And they're all playing for the shirt. And they now know that they've got to do it every week. Because they've got the next man fucking behind them coming up and saying, yeah, I'm having your shirt, bruv. So, you know, yeah, it's good, man. Listen, it couldn't have gone any better other than beating Chelsea, which we should have beaten. But
now we can lock off the show and all go home.
I nearly spat that out.
Oh, dear. Well, let me keep you around.
No, man, great analysis there, man. Well done.
Sorry, man.
Great.
That
was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice.
No. Great analysis. All right. In terms of what would you say? Because Lee's made a couple of really good points in terms of, you know, the sort of changes and freshness that Emery's come in with. What would you say is the most impressive thing, the one impressive thing that Emery has brought to the team?
Meritocracy. Basically, if you don't merit your place in the team, you don't get to play. And if you get to play and you're not showing that merit on the pitch, you're getting hooked. And this guy, as Lee said earlier on, shows no fear. He shows no fear of changing tactics, hooking people off, giving different type of instructions to change the game. For me, it's horses for courses. And it's made everybody feel like you can do something for me. Yeah, everybody now feel they can go on the pitch and do something for Emery. And that feeling, because there was times when Wenger was still there. I can call his name. I don't got no bones about calling Wenger's name. God damn it, right? And
that's £1 in the swear jar.
Don't worry, man. I'll write you receipts. You can go claim it back at work. The thing with Emery is he's made everybody feel part of a family. So you get called upon, you know you gotta go put it on the line. You gotta leave everything on the pitch, and that's what we've been doing. I mean, there's this stats going about on how many kilometers we're covering on the pitch. We outworking everybody, and that's something that we've not done. That I certainly haven't seen us doing it in a few years. I mean, we covered there's certain players on the pitch that when they play, you know, they cover every blade on the grass, and Ramsey was one of those, which is why, you know, he's always been dubbed as has this great engine and all about, because it does cover, you know, the length and breadth of the pitch. Sometimes we're doing something, sometimes without doing anything. But now they all do it. They all have zones they have to cover. They all have jobs that they have to do. They have instructions they have to follow. And if they're moving like they're not following that instruction, they're coming off the pitch, and it's giving them this new lease of life as well. Everybody's playing with this smile on their face. The chemistry within the team is nice. It's like there's this whole pressure, this whole baggage is been dropped off the back. I mean, even when they lose games, it's not the one other thing that I have to say this, and I didn't see this during Wenger. Well, a lot of the times when we lost games, anyways, these guys are going to clap the fans after the game.
Yeah, big time. Normally, right? To be fair to Bellerin, right, and I call Bellerin out on a lot of shit. Yeah, to be fair, every single away game and every single home game, he is always, even under the old manager, he was always one that used to come and clap, and Rob Holding as well.
Yeah, but now they're all in it. They're all doing it, and it's just a new lease of life for the players, and it feels like that for the fans, and that's why, you know, during this interlude that we've had, a lot of people has been questioning why the fans were singing "We've got our Arsenal back." There's something to that.
Only Arsenal fans would understand that.
There's something to it.
Yeah,
exactly. There's something to it, and the away fans are one of the baddest motherfuckers roaming this country. Lee, we saw that at Newcastle. They're one of the baddest motherfuckers out there roaming the blood clot country. I'm telling you right now, yeah. Right? Trust me. it's something. There's something about it. I was at Palace last season. The season we lost 3-0. There's this thing that's changed, and Emery has brought this new feel-good factor into the team. It might last, it might not last, but right now you couldn't have chosen a better time to do this.
And it's that last point. Let me just pick up that last point with you, because
yes,
Simo in the chat room keeps saying, "Oh, we're being over the top. That this Emery loving won't last. That we're a couple of results away from Emery out." That's like,
so, no, whoa. Hold up. Who said that?
Come on. Simo A.
Simo A.
Right, listen, Simo, listen, bruv. Yeah, cool. Appreciate you watching and all that, yeah? Anybody who knows me and has watched these shows and has watched me on AFTV, I've said exactly the same thing consistently all season and since before the season. In fact, since the manager was announced back in May, at the end of May, I think it was, 23rd of May, I think the date he was announced.
Yeah.
He gets a pass all season. And I've said, me personally, 2 away wins in a calendar year. We've already got 3 under him. And 5th is an improvement. So, the people that, for me, the ones I'm seeing, I don't know who that is who's messaged out.
No, fair enough. Simo's just said in the chat as well that all he said was to calm down, long season ahead, and I get kind of
no, that's cool, man. But listen, yeah? we're not getting carried away. We're just
we're happy.
Do you know what? I suppose in a way
we've earned the right to be happy. After
I was just going to say exactly the same, right? Listen, after 7 years of bollocks, right, of absolute bullshit, getting bantered off left, right, and centre by every single other team's fans, right, getting bantered off away from home against every team you can fucking imagine. Fucking Bradford. Do you remember that? Blackburn, Bradford.
Not Forest.
I ain't forgotten Birmingham.
You know what I'm saying? My man's doing backflips. He's about 140 years old. You know what I mean? But I think that we deserve a little bit of happiness after waiting so long and being abused so much for saying Wenger out. Oh, fuck, I said his name. Right? Pound in the jar. Right? Previous manager out. But somebody said to me the other day, in my notifications, "Oh, you're going well over the top. It's pathetic. Blah, blah, blah. Calm down. And I was like, listen, I've waited 7 years for this. Excuse me if I'm fucking happy, mate. Yeah? Excuse me if I'm happy. I've seen my team, my club that I've supported since before the previous manager was even thought of, right? And before the manager before that, I've supported Arsenal since the 80s, yeah? Right? And, I've seen us be 1-0 to the Arsenal. I've seen us go invincible. I've seen us win FA Cups, League Cups, everything, yeah? I've seen that, right? And everyone goes, "Oh, yeah, but the previous manager, it was the best ever, blah, blah, blah." Yeah, that's cool. You were born in that era. Think what you want, right? I was born in an era before that. And if I'm fucking happy that he's gone and we've won 9 straight games, cool. I'm going to enjoy it, man. I've seen 4 or 5 managers at Arsenal, whatever it is. These people have only seen one. So, sorry. I'll express my shit.
Without trying to be morbid, let's be real here. You could get hit by a bus tomorrow. Does that mean you're not supposed to enjoy your day?
Yeah, that's next level there.
You know what I'm saying? He took that well above the fucking
barrel. My man's talking about shoulda, coulda possibilities. One of those possibilities is you could get hit by a bus.
Enjoy your happiness while you can, man.
Oh my God. Obviously, in our fan base, if we're too happy, people are like, "Whoa, motherfucker, slow down. Whoa, I don't know about that."
I can personally tell you last season, while I was on Colin, so shout out to Colin, and the man was talking about pulling out knives and cutting his wrist and shit. That's how deep this regime was. You know what I mean? Because things were bad. Things were really bad. Like, it was dire. Everywhere we went, it's like things that weren't even doing shit in the league, they were happy they were facing Arsenal. Like, they know something was going to drop for them. They knew we were going to, whatever striker they got that was on a drought, they knew coming to Arsenal, it was going to get a goal. These were things that were happening on a regular basis. And now things are starting to change. It's changing for the better. And we can see the improvement. Look, at the start of the season, people asked me, like, what do you want from this season? I said to myself, I wasn't even talking points-wise, table-wise, whatever. I said, I wanted to see culture change. I wanted to see accountability. I wanted to see people working hard. And when all of those things got sorted, the football itself will get sorted. And those things are changing. We're getting what we asked for. And now, let's not be crucified. Let's not be villainized for enjoying it. Let's enjoy it. It's there. It might not be there tomorrow. It might not be there when we play Leicester. It might not be there for the next 2-3 games. While it's there now, because trust me, if it were other team in our position, they'd be loving it.
Listen, Man United would love to be in our position
They will snatch everything to be where we are right now.
Ask Jose if he wants to be in our position right now.
Ask Man United fans, right? Genuine question. Ask Man United fans. Do a poll or whatever on your Twitter. Ask Man United fans, would they have Unai Emery as their manager next season or this season if Jose was potted? Ask them. I guarantee you, they'd pot fucking Jose and take Emery all day long.
Yeah, what was your candidate for Wenger the whole of last season? Mr. Blobby? Was it Mr. Blobby? I guarantee you
that's another pound in the swear jar, by the way.
They'll take him by United tomorrow, Mr. Blobby.
Mr. Blobby.
They would have that motherfucker
to be fair,
fucking Carrington tomorrow.
To be fair, Scout, who is a big friend of the show, shout out to Scout, Shoot the Fences podcast.
Yeah.
He's mentioned that he would love to have Conte, to be honest, just to organise that fucking.
See, this is another thing, right? I put a thing up about players better than Hazard yesterday, and little virgins with their fucking Eden Hazard fucking
triggered.
The amount of times I've been told I'm clapped and I'm a nonce is unreal. The funniest thing is, all these kids are 14 years old talking about, can't believe I'm back to school on Monday. Like, you're 14 years old and you're telling a grown adult he's clapped and he's a nonce, mate. Seriously. Normally, what I tend to find being nearly 40 years old is the ones who throw shade are normally the ones that are being fucking, victimized. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can call me a nonce and clapped all you like. Yeah? Fucking sitting there with your Eden Hazard fucking avatar and your fucking clinical Eden. Mate, you're fucking wanking off over a footballer you're never going to meet. Do you know what I mean? Fucking seriously. People swear. I sit there, I look at my notifications, I'm just like, right, this little 14-year-old's actually fucking throwing shade on a fucking grown adult. I wonder if he talks to his mum like that. Like, that's how I sit there. And they think it's going to hurt me. They're calling me claps. I fucking get worse when I fucking go to work every day.
I commented one fucking thing, I agree with Lee.
Yeah.
And
mate,
fuck me, bro.
But
I had all kinds of people coming after me.
Mate, just ignore them. Don't even reply to them. Just fucking sit there and laugh at them. Don't even reply. I piss myself every day. Yeah, it's like, I can't believe you're comparing goalkeepers and defenders to a fucking left forward. Well, sorry, when Ballon d'Or's done, does that only include left forwards? Oh, no, it doesn't. It's called World Player of the Year. So, in my opinion, world players better than him are as follows. Yeah, what part of this do these fucking kids not understand? But anyway, the reason I brought that up is because I've had 3 or 4 people off of the back of that tweet tell me about, oh yeah, he was only shit under Conte because he wanted him gone and it's negative football, and he was only shit under Jose because it was negative football, right? Let me tell you something, right? These people put the same fucking player, Hazard, in the same regard as Ronaldo. The same Ronaldo who bagged over 60 goals under Jose Mourinho in one season. Yeah? End of story, end of debate, done. Conte is a top manager. Jose is a top manager, but Jose has meltdowns. Conte doesn't. Yeah, Conte didn't have a meltdown. They down tools like they do under Jose a few years earlier. Them Chelsea players are the problem at Chelsea because they down tools whenever they fucking feel like it.
That's the thing. At no point did I hear you say, or maybe I did, maybe I missed it and you did, but at no point did I read that you said Hazard was shit.
No, I don't think he is shit.
Because I don't either. I think he's a world-class talent every other year.
Exactly.
That's it. Every other year, he's a wonderful, wonderful player. But the motherfucker has years off. Just simple as
that. Literally every other year. I was listening to TalkSport the other day, and Mickey Gray was on there, and they were talking about Hazard's comments about it. He wakes up every day, and some days he thinks about leaving Chelsea to go to Madrid, and then other days he thinks, "No, I want to stay at Chelsea." He actually said that, apparently, right? Mickey Gray has sat on TalkSport, a national radio station, and gone, "Well, I don't think Eden Hazard's the sort of player that are down tools." I nearly crashed my car. I fucking tweeted. They actually read my tweet, yeah? And I put, oh, obviously Mickey Gray only watches Chelsea every other year then. Do you know what I mean? It's true. And do you know what, right? I know we're going a bit off tangent here, yeah? Right? But he is to Chelsea what Ozil is to us.
Yeah.
A fucking brilliant footballer. Technically
a wonderful
superb, right? So fucking sick at football. But when they want to be, yeah, the top elite players do it every week, right? And just very quickly, Robbie put a tweet up. Would you have Alexis Sanchez back? I quoted it and put yeah. I had some tweets say, oh yeah, but he's fucking, what was it?
I kind of went against it.
Yeah, I must.
For certain reasons.
He already knows I'm against that.
Yeah,
I put my reasons up why I don't think that's.
Yeah, and mate, listen, I took that on the chin, and that's your opinion, right? But
fair enough. Yeah,
check this, right? Somebody put. No, he's a headache in the dressing room. Sorry, he's a headache in the dressing room. Well, hang on a minute. Go and ask fucking Ibrahimovic what he thinks of Messi. Because that's the whole reason Ibra left Barcelona, was because of Messi being a headache and getting rid of him. Go and ask go and ask other players that have played with Cristiano Ronaldo. All the top elite fucking footballers are headache.
The winners, yeah.
You've only got to look back to Bellerin's comments last year. Yeah, Alexis Sanchez
wants to win too much.
He wants to win too much, and sometimes it can be too overpowering.
I hated that comment.
Yeah, Alexis Sanchez was the winner in a camp of fucking losers that were comfortable, right? Yeah. This season, he's not at Arsenal, and we're a camp of fucking winners again with a winning mentality. So, yeah, I'd love to have Sanchez back under this mentality, because I think he'd be fucking unreal. But that's another fucking podcast.
I think finish as a top player, but that's my personal.
I think one, there's no way we're gonna agree to them wages that he's on. No way. We can't even deal with Ramsey.
Yeah, but I think he'd come back I think he'd come back for what he was on anyway.
There was no way that fucker wouldn't take no pay cut. He's already smelled half a billion a fucking week. What? That's great. You know when you've tasted something. There's no way.
Plus, he's got them dogs to pay for.
You know what I mean? Got them dogs to pay for, dog food, masseuse, all type of shit. 500 grand a week? Yeah. Look, he will say, listen, send me to the under 23s or United. I will run down my motherfucking contract.
I agree.
I agree. That's how that boy is moving it right now. He's going back to Chile. There ain't no money out there. He's stacking right now. He's in stacking mode. And when he's done at United, he's going to go China and stack some more. That's what it's about for them, man. They look at all them South Americans that fucked off to fucking China. People like Oscar and them. Them are stacking. They're stacking the money. That's what it's about. So I know he loves the football and that. Right now, he's got a nice fucking life at Manchester United. Enjoy what you're doing. We're not going to be the suckers that's going to pay you $500,000 a fucking week. Yeah? So stay where you're at. Number two, right? We're in a different phase right now. We've got people coming up. Even Ramsey right now, I'm thinking, okay, if you move on.
I was just about to transition into Ramsey.
Let's go.
We're talking about United. Let's talk about it as you're on the subject, Ola. In terms of Aaron Ramsey, there have been a lot of stories lately about doing swap deals. I'm pretty sure the first time I heard this particular story, DT was the one that said it, and then papers just ran with it.
That made me laugh. That was
funny.
Howling. I was howling when I saw that.
And that was the whole Eric buy for for Aaron Ramsey. I mean, first of all, let's assume that there's something in this deal. We all know different, but let's assume that there's something in this deal. Could we do something? Would you do something like that? No. Aaron Ramsey and a bit of dough.
No, not for Bailey. No chance.
What for Eric Bailly?
No chance.
I take Eric Bailly, but I think we need more than Eric Bailly at the club. If they were talking about Martial now, then it'll be a whole different.
No, Martial, yeah, all day long.
It'll be a whole different sing-song. If they were talking about Martial,
down and
Ramsey,
ask me the fucking figure, bro. Yeah, trust me, Martial at Arsenal. Yeah, so I'll drive Ramsey there now.
At the start of the window, there was one thing that every fan was saying that we needed. There's one position we wanted filled, even though we knew, all right, at some point maybe Koscielny would come back on, and we got all these defenders that we just brought in Socrates. But everybody was saying, you know, we all need the wide spaces, and for me, I still think we're lacking in that. Although Iwobi is doing a good job in that position right now, and on the other side of the pitch, we haven't really found a real home. I thought Nelson was going to be the guy that was going to step up.
He's doing well as well, man. He's doing well.
He's doing well where he's at right now. I thought he was going to be the guy that was going to step up and take that role, but he's gone out on loan right now. So we still haven't really found a home for somebody that's going to make that other side. That other side, to me, right now, is still up for grabs. It's still up for take.
But do you know what, Ola, right? I kind of agree, yeah. And literally every single person was like, we need a wide player. We need a wide player, right? Other than Man City, who play with a left winger on the left wing and a right winger on the right wing, every other team in the Premier League plays inverted wingers. So what's the point in a winger? Because we're going to cut inside and make it narrow. So then if you make it narrow, you've then got to get your left back or right back overlapping, right? Now, if you do that, you're susceptible to get caught on a break. Now, if you notice, under Emery, when Hector Bellerin goes forward, Monreal stays back now, and vice versa. Whereas in the first 3 or 4 games, they were all bombing forward, and we were just getting ripped apart. Yeah? So I don't necessarily think we need a wide player.
I still think we still need specialists in some of the roles.
I think if you can get Martial for Ramsey and maybe 30 mil, it's too good a deal not to part. It's too good not to say yes to, right? But I wouldn't necessarily go out and blitz 40, 50, 60 million on a player if that wasn't the deal. Like, you can have Ramsey and 30 mil, and people will go, oh yeah, Ramsey's worth 30, 25, so you're basically paying over the odds for Martial, right? Whatever. But I wouldn't, as Arsenal manager right now, or the club, go and do £50 million on a player in that position. I would rather strengthen maybe another centre-back, another left-back, because I don't think Kolasinac's really done enough, to be honest with you. Yeah. Monreal's the wrong side of 30, although I do think he's still our most consistent player. But that left-back position's more crucial, and our centre-back position's more crucial than a left or right forward.
Do you see Kolasinac as more of a wing-back than a left-back?
I'd sell him. I'd get rid of him. I'll be straight up. I'd get rid of him. Because I don't think... Like, when he first came into Arsenal, there was this big hype around him, and I was one of the guys who was
don't think he's had a fair crack of the week.
No, I don't. But what you've got to ask yourself, Ola,
he's had that Lucas Perez sort of time at Arsenal, don't you think?
He has, but what you've got to ask yourself is, why has Emery not tried him? Why has Emery not given him a sustained period of time? Whereas if you look at every other player in that squad, Emery's chopped and changed.
Yeah.
He hasn't with Monreal. Monreal has been the left back. Yeah, he ain't put Kolasinac in there. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
You know? Even Bellerin's been dropped for Lichtsteiner in the league, like other game. I know Kolasinac's played a couple of games, but do you seriously think that if Bellerin... Go on.
Yeah, I'm with you. My kind of take on it is that 2 different managers who have shown they're very different have both not fancied Kolasinac for whatever reason.
Exactly.
There's either
I think injuries has blighted him, and it just it's had basically what's happened with Oxlade through the years that we had him come in, before you actually get going and actually get moving and getting your form back, in the proper way, it gets blighted with injury again. But I personally think there's a player in there. You don't get like German left back of the season for two seasons going for no reason.
Let me
It's
ask you
got
a
to be
question.
good.
Let me ask you a question.
It's got to be good for that role.
Can you name another left back in the German league?
And people in the chat room,
you could
don't get it.
No, fair enough. I don't watch German league like that. But what I'm trying to say is him getting that. Yeah, go on.
Hold on. Aware that Kolasinac has been injured for the past couple of months.
Yeah, of course he's been injured. We know he's been injured. We're not stupid. Everyone gets injured. But is he gonna take out Monreal? No.
He's been there. That's what I just wanted to make it clear because you've got a few people saying, "What are you guys talking about? He's been injured for the last couple of months."
So to answer your question, Lee, names are coming in fast. People are defending me hard in the chat, man. Alba, Max Phillips, yeah.
Yeah, but come on,
names jumping out at you now, yeah. Listen, and he's still getting that title. And Alaba is a bad man.
Listen, Alaba is a sick footballer, right? Alaba is a sick footballer. I'll give you that. And he's got a bad free kick on him, yeah? The guy is a good footballer, right? But listen.
Big up only for forward, by the way. Archie, right, them man, they're backing me up in the chat.
Any other left back in that league, sorry, mate. The year he played there and got in that team of the season, the only player who you could have had a debate about was Alba. The rest, no chance. No chance. No fucking chance. We then sign him. He's on big dough as well. He's nearly on 200 bags a week. Get rid.
Yeah.
Get rid.
I'm with you on this one, Lee. I must admit, I thought this for a while quietly. But
get rid.
I'm still prepared to give him a chance. If Emery decides, let me give him the season, no problem. But to me, I just think to myself, you don't have it, do you, kid?
No, see, this is the thing. You summed it up perfectly, right? Two different managers, the previous manager and this manager. And I know he's had injuries under this manager, right? But there's no way in a million years Emery's going to play him over Monreal. No way. No fucking way.
Yeah, no way.
No way.
Too, yeah.
Ain't happening.
I agree with that.
Whereas
I agree with that.
You could actually see Lichtsteiner playing over Bellerin on the opposite side.
Yeah, I could.
You could.
He might have played Maitland-Niles there. He played Maitland-Niles there before he even considered Kolasinac.
Yeah, he actually did, yeah. He did, yeah, he did. That was Man City.
Yeah.
Yeah, Man City. And then he put Lichtsteiner on.
Yeah.
Left back. You know what I mean?
There's something wrong there.
But didn't he get injured in pre-season? That's why I thought Mainsley actually played there in the first game, because he was supposed to be making that game. He got injured in pre-season.
Maybe we've jumped the gun here, Chris. Maybe
he jumped the gun. He got injured in pre-season.
But even so,
I'm not trying to defend the guy.
Ola, you made a good point about.
But that's actually your point, Ola. We get it.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, we know you speak fluent German and all that, yeah, and or whatever, right? Listen, I can't see Monreal losing his spot in the team ever.
No, I don't think so. I'll choose Monreal over him. I still choose Monreal over him, but I still think it's a good backup.
And the thing is, with Kolasinac, he came in and he scored a few goals, and everyone was just going to say that he's got goals. Everyone's calling him the tank and all this and that. Well, maybe that's because he's overweight, and maybe that's why he's not being picked. Yeah, because let's be real. As soon as he got that first injury under the previous manager, he never got back in the team. He didn't, though, did he?
No,
he never got back in the team. So is he a shit trainer? Is he carrying a little bit of weight? Is he not up to full match speed? You know, the previous manager's got a lot to answer for, bruv, yeah?
So basically, you think he's got a Luke Shaw problem?
Yeah, I do. Listen, I'm not
Luke
going...
Shaw or Kolasinac, actually. Luke Shaw or Kolasinac.
Fuck off, because you know I don't like Luke Shaw. Kolasinac.
He doesn't put that kind of one there.
Kolasinac all day long, bro. I can't stand Luke Shaw. Most overhyped left back in the league.
I know he doesn't like Luke Shaw, so I thought I'd ask him.
Do you remember when them fuckers spent 32 million quid on them and they're all tweeting, yeah, but if we have him for 10 years, that's 3 million a year. Yeah? Fucking how's that gone? Fucking dickheads. He's fucking shit. He is so shit. And he's lived off the back of fucking having a bit of pace and fucking scoring the odd goal. Yeah, cool. Walcott was supposed to be good from Southampton as well. Yeah, how'd that go? Do you know what I mean?
My issue with Kolasinac is this as well. Is I always shit on Mustafi for not being a good defender. Kolasinac should be a good defender, and he's a defender first. People, let's be real here. We're not talking about Santos. He's a defender first.
He's a defender first, yeah.
First, I don't give a shit what you're doing. Just defend, bro.
Yeah,
that's what you do. You're as big as you are, and you can't defend.
That's the problem. Because he's too big. He can't
forward, I'd like you said, probably sell him. And if Monreal was going to be leaving as well, I mean, going forward, I'd be looking at someone like Ryan Bertrand or something like that.
Yeah,
I think he's
that's a great shout, Ola.
I do like Bertrand.
He is a fucking good player. But do you know who I'd go for all day long? Van Arnhout.
Yeah, okay. Another great shout. Yeah,
he is fucking brilliant. That kid is so good. It is unreal, right? And he's rapid. He's physical. He can defend. He's got a shot on him. He's got a pass on him. Yeah, and tactically, he's very good. Like
he's specialist as well.
Exactly,
specialist, man.
He could be our Alaba.
People are saying that Bertrand is 29, though. Do you think that we'd go for someone who's 29?
When is that
29?
When is that stopped up before?
Yeah, he's old. He's been around for a bit, bro. He's been around for a bit.
Wow, where has Ryan Bertrand's career gone, man?
Jeez. Monreal is nearly 40. You know what I mean? I was still riding the wheels till the wheels fall off.
I'm pretty sure we bought Monreal when he was, 28, 27, 28?
Like that.
I don't think that stopped us before. So if for me, I think it'll give us a couple decent seasons. Even Van Aanholt, I think he's around about that age range as well. So
Oliver Foray keeps screaming Segerson, right? Ryan Segerson. I don't think that motherfucker is a left back.
No, I don't think he is. Nah, man. He's being wasted at left back.
Yeah.
He's being wasted at left back. Trust me, that geezer could be one of the best left forwards in world football.
Do you think we didn't see the best of him because we just battered them in the last game? Like, just nullified this fucker.
Yeah, mate. Listen, this kid was smashing up the chat. Do you know what? I didn't even know fucking Van Aanholt. I've just googled it. He's 28.
That's what I'm saying. They're round about the same age.
How?
How
is he 28?
Black don't crack, my G. You know what I mean? Them guys, they might be looking at themselves.
You're really showing your age.
Do you know what? Can I just say something here? I never knew he fucking played for Chelsea either.
Yeah, he did.
He played for Chelsea for 2 years. When?
Yeah, man. I mean, it was really. Mourinho didn't fancy him. Mourinho got rid of him, man.
In fact, no, hang on. Hold up. He was at Chelsea from 2009 to 2014.
Yeah, man.
Oh, shock. He went on loan to Vitesse Arnhem.
Yeah. I remember him playing on loan. I do remember that part.
Mate, I never knew he was a Chelsea player. Ever.
Yeah, man.
That's fucked.
He was
actually his youth. I'm just looking at it. 2007 to 2009, he was Chelsea youth, yeah? And then from 2009, he obviously stepped up. He had 2 appearances in Chelsea first team in 5 seasons. Then went on loan to Coventry, Newcastle, Leicester, Wigan, Vitesse, and then they flogged him on to Sunderland. And then he's gone to Palace. Do you know what? He scored 8 goals in 47 league games at Palace.
There you go. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention, the other deal I was going to mention, which I saw today, and I really want to get you guys' take on this, is Chelsea have been after Ramsey for a bit, right? And funny enough, I know Seaman's arguing with about half of the chat room right now, but I think he's brought up a really good point, and that is that we've lost a lot of homegrown players very recently, and with Ramsey also set to go, that's another one. If we were to sell him to Chelsea and bring in... who is their fucking central midfielder?
Fabregas.
No, not Fabregas. No, I'm with you there because I love Fabregas.
Loftus-Cheek.
Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah. Good job I know what you're thinking, innit? I'd take that deal. I'll take that deal.
I'll take that deal as well. But I have a lot of people shitting on it today when I put it in there.
That's because they don't know how good he is.
I think he's a brilliant player. He's a fantastic player. I think You know, Palace wants him for a reason, but I think we'll get a very, very good shot at getting him over Palace if we were to go in for him. We're monitoring him. There's something in it about us monitoring him and looking to go for him.
Apparently, we've always rated him. We've always rated him.
You know, and some people have concerns whether Chelsea is going to sell him to us and that. And I think if it was to go there, we'll be able to do business with Chelsea.
Exactly. Let's be real. Is he ever going to get in their starting 11? No. Is he ever going? Is he going to go on loan to Vitesse Arnhem every season? Probably, yeah. Right? Is every single bird that fucking watches him play football going to cream their knickers? Yeah. Like you've only got to see the fucking reaction of the birds watching him in the World Cup. It's like, oh my God, he's coming on. Let me get the rampant out. Yeah, fucking hell. Let's fucking put wet floor signs down, yeah? Wait, instantly we've got ourselves a looker, yeah? Do you know what I'm saying?
We're missing a Lucas's Drew left, right?
You know what I'm saying? We've got to replace these people, man. Fucking if we're getting rid of Ramsey, we've got to bring in a looker, bruv. But no, all jokes aside,
you're killing me.
The game we lost against Croatia in the World Cup, I actually tweeted that he should have come on. Yeah, and it was a stupid decision not to bring him on because he's got the physicality, he tracks back. He's got a bit of skill as well, man. The geezer's quite a fucking baller, man. And he can score and he can create and he don't shirk the tackle. From what I've seen of him, which isn't a great deal, but from what I've seen of him, he's a good player, man.
When they left Jack at home,
people, this is what I have to keep bringing it back to. People say, "Oh, he's Everton's level." Maybe he is right now. Imagine where he could get to.
Listen, half of the Arsenal squad are Everton's level. Let's be real. Where's Ramsey going for 250 grand a week? Ain't happening. Bruv, you're West Ham level. No disrespect to West Ham. I quite like West Ham. Right? But let's be real. Where does Ramsey think he's getting 250 grand a week from? Like, come on, man. Yeah? The only reason Arsenal have paid Ozil 350 bags a week is because he is fucking marketable. Ramsey isn't. Pogba, Ronaldo, fucking Ozil, Dybala, players like that, you can cream your money back off of them because they're marketable. Aaron Ramsey isn't. Aaron Ramsey ain't going to fucking dab. He ain't going to change his hairdo. He
likes to go to the zoo and watch rhinos and shit.
Exactly, and he plays the odd fucking charity golf game and he's quite good at golf. Yeah, cool. Well done. Wicked.
And people die when he scores.
Yeah, true. There is that. But let's be real. He ain't gonna land you a multi-million-pound fucking sponsorship deal.
No fucking way.
Because look, let's look at it like this, right? When we had our pre-season tour, and as much as I don't rate Ozil, listen, you've got to give the club fucking credit where it's due. They ain't stupid, yeah. They know exactly what they were doing by wrapping up Ozil to that deal.
Yeah.
When we went Singapore, did you see how many fans were in that ground for every game?
A marketing deal.
95% of them fans were Arsenal fans from Singapore. When we played Atletico and PSG, there's like tiny little 10 people in the crowd. Everyone else was Arsenal. Why were they there? Because Mesut fucking Ozil was there. Let's be real.
Of course.
When we played in Sweden, did you notice he weren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why? We don't need to tap into the Swedish market. We got Singapore box. We know they're going to buy every shirt, every fucking... Do you know what I'm saying?
Every merchandise going.
How many people were queuing up to get pictures with Ramsey in Singapore? Yep. As soon as Aubameyang, Lacazette, Ozil are walking off the pitch, they're going fucking nuts. Aaron Ramsey, not so sure. He ain't marketable. So for him to believe in his own head, which he clearly does, that he's worth 180, 200, 250 grand a week, mate, he's in fucking cuckoo land. You are not Paul Pogba. You are not Mesut Ozil. You are not fucking Cristiano Ronaldo. You ain't bringing nothing back to the table. Thanks for the memories. It's time to say see you later.
But that's the thing. People keep saying, "Oh, why do people have more sympathy for Aaron Ramsey?" I don't have zero sympathy for this motherfucker because the way I see it is, he should have tied up his deal last year.
It's been on the table over a year.
Exactly. But he was trying to gamble. I can't even necessarily blame him too tough. But he was trying to gamble. He thought to himself, well, Mesut made them wait, and he got the very
Sanchez made them wait. Yeah.
Sanchez made them wait, and they bent over for it. Maybe if I make them wait, they'll do the same for me. Fair fucking play.
Yeah, you can't knock him. You can't knock him. But do you know what he didn't bargain on? Gazidis quitting.
Exactly.
Yeah. As soon as Gazidis quit, Raul was like, "Yep, retract."
You didn't realise his allies would bounce, and when his allies bounced, the paper came to Raul, and he was like, "What the fuck? No, I'm tearing that shit right up."
I mean, in all fairness as well, I mean, this Gazidis shit, it's been kind of lingering for a little while as well, and he had a chance to take the deal. You know what I mean? Proper. And I saw recently in the papers with him saying, "Oh, I thought I'd agreed the deal," and I'm thinking to myself, "Motherfucker, you knew you didn't agree the fucking deal. The deal's been there since the fucking beginning. You didn't fucking agree the deal. Now you're trying to make the club look like a fucking idiot. They pulled the rug from under your feet, right?
Yeah, they have.
And they've
snaked him. They've snaked him.
Now,
they've said, "Go fuck yourself."
Now we're in control because the rhetoric that the media wants to play is, "Oh, Arsenal are letting their player run their fucking contract down." No, motherfuckers, we fucking told him he can fuck off. Not all the other times they've been shitting on us. But now the club is taking control and saying, "You know what, motherfucker, you can fuck off and you can be replaced." You're not one of those motherfuckers
the club have basically
that can't be replaced.
The club have basically said, "We will let you go for free because we don't think you are worth £10 million a year in wages."
No.
Yeah, over 4 years. So we don't think you're worth £40 million. So we'll let you go for fuck all.
And that's a message to the rest of the locker room that want to be pulling stunts like that as well. And that's a fucking message.
You're spot on, Ola. And do you know what, right? It's been sat on that table for a year. And when I see that smug little prick, right, and I don't care if people hate on me for calling him this, because I actually genuinely think Ramsey would be seen as a legend, yeah? Right? And that's a whole new debate, right?
I know. We've debated it several times.
I cause meltdowns when I tweet that, yeah? Right? But when I see that smug little prick standing there and they asked him on pre-season tour, what's the crack with the contract, and he's smirking and giving it all, we'll see, it's on, we'll see what happens, and I'm just like, I looked at him, I thought, you're a smug prick, mate. And I've actually met him. I've actually spoke to him, right? I've met him, and he's actually a genuinely nice guy, right? But listen, the guy's got fucking millions of pounds sat in his bank account. How much more money do you need to live the rest of your life? Yeah. Right? What is the difference between 300 grand a week and 200 grand a week? Yeah. Nothing. Grand. You can still go and fucking eat in the best restaurants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Agreed. It's just greed, mate. It's greed. And if he's looking at Mesut Ozil and saying, well, he's on 350 grand a week, I think I'm worth 250 grand a week, bruv, sorry. As much as I don't rate Ozil, laters, retract, see you later. Because you are not bringing the money back into the club off of commercial deals because you're not marketable. End of. He ain't worth it. He ain't worth 100 grand a week.
Look, he's been watching Will Smith's fucking movie on a loop. That I Am Legend fucking loop. He's been watching that fucking movie on the fucking loop. That's what's wrong with him. Shit, you know what I mean? Look. We're in the climate now where we're trying to send new message. We're trying to look. We've moved 36 people out of their roles at Arsenal. This is a new Arsenal now. This is new way to look forward. We're trying new things right now, and for me, I won't lose no sleep over Ramsey going. I know he scored a nice goal the other day, and it's one of those girls that you're thinking, oh shit, you tell her to fuck off, and then she drops a little twerk on you, and then makes you think, oh shit, am I gonna be missing?
You get the little pyramid back in the pants, and my man's like,
a little twerk on you, brethren. It gets you think. That's what that goal was the other day at Fulham. It's a fucking twerk at the club. Like, you know what? You're not really sure. You really want to let me go. That's what
Did you see this celebration?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's cryptic.
It was a fantastic goal.
That was cryptic, man. That was cryptic. You know what I mean? That celebration there, man. Like, I gonna be gone, and you're gonna let the best thing that you ever had go. Motherfucker,
I think that celebration was a case of, he's putting his arms up. So when I didn't read nothing into it when he done it, like when I was watching it.
I read it straight away.
And I was just thinking, well, look, he's saying, oh, fucking hell, look, I've only just come on, sorry. Like, it is what it is. But then when I looked at it again the next day, I was like, he's basically sitting there going, look at what you could have had.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This
is not my decision. It's not my decision.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Look, I'm trying. I'm still banging goals. Mate, listen, let's be real, right? If you look at his 10 years at the club, does he get a testimonial? Do they still do that shit? Right?
But I don't know if we care that much about it.
I don't know. 10 years. 10
I
years.
think his deal one.
Testimonial, isn't it?
His deal one, isn't it?
But then Walcott never got a testimonial.
Yeah, he did.
Is that even a thing anymore? No, he didn't. Walcott never got a testimonial. Nah, man.
I never saw anything about a Walcott testimonial.
No, I do you know what? I genuinely haven't seen a testimonial for anyone for fucking God knows how long. Yeah, and I think that's a thing of the past now, yeah. But it used to be like the player would get all of the money from the gate receipts for that particular game, and it'd be a friendly game against whoever they want, right? And then they could donate it to charity, or they could keep it, or whatever, as a way of a thanks for 10 years of service, yeah? Right? Most players have donated to charity, right? But he's been at the club 10 years, right? And let's be real.
Jenkinson would be due a testimonial.
Oh, fucking hell, mate. That geezer. Don't even start me on him. Seriously,
he'd be due a testimonial soon.
Bruv, listen, mate, you're better than him. Yeah? You're better than him, right? But if you actually sum up Aaron Ramsey's 10 years at Arsenal, and I know he had a mad leg break, right? And he come back and he scored 2 cup final winners, and I'll never forget them to the day I die, right? And that's why I'll see him as a legend, because we've seen other Arsenal players from years gone by score 1 cup final winner, and we call them legends, yeah? Right? So to me, he's a legend. Maybe cult hero is probably the better term. Right?
That's what I think. Yeah. Cult hero is more like it. Yeah.
But if you actually look at his 10 years of actual league campaign, mate, he's been fucking shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's been shit.
One year where he scored 16 goals or whatever it was.
And then he got injured.
Yeah,
he was the best player in the league up until that point. I remember his goal against Liverpool where he just turned and volleyed it straight in the top corner. I was like, oh my God, we're actually going to win the league this season. Yeah. And then he got injured. And then I think Giroud went 16 games without a goal. Yeah.
All right, so guys, before we kind of move towards wrapping this up, in terms of Aaron Ramsey, would you both sell him in January, or would you let him stick around until the end of the year?
Go first, Ola.
Right now, I couldn't give a toss what it does. To be fair, I think everybody's gonna get a fair shot, and because everybody's getting a fair shot, I think everybody's performances in the roles that they get chosen into, it's not light years apart. You know, when you got 2 players playing in the same position, and one's way better than the other, we don't have that now. When somebody comes off the bench to cover the next man that comes off the bench, their performances is near enough as good as each other. And that's what we want. It breeds good competition. So in terms of what Ramsey can offer, surely now there's somebody else in the midfield that's willing to offer that. And there's another youngin coming in from the under-19s, under-23 in Smith Rowe that's willing to take that chance and run with it.
So Dozy as well. Everyone's forgotten.
That's another one, yeah. But because he's been injured, has to nurse himself back into fitness, into not just to fitness but march sharpness as well. So that's going to take a while. So
I will say that.
Yeah, so that's another youngin that's hungry and willing to take that spot. So I don't feel Ramsey leaving or staying is really gonna make that much of a difference. Yeah, we could do with the services because we got a lot of games to play by the time the season runs out, we'll be edging towards 60 games with the Europa League games and all the competitions we're in. So we're definitely going to be needing extra pair of legs. And he already knows what our position is now. It's up to him to get back. If he really wants to stay with us or he wants to go, it's up to him to go back now to his agent and say, listen, that deal that we had on the table before the one they retracted, let's revisit that deal. And in my
I think
eyes,
it's all too late. I think it's too late.
In my eyes, it will then, it will reseal that legendary. Because for me, you need to be finishing your career at Arsenal at the age where he's at now for the services given us to really, warrant that statue legend.
He ain't ever getting a statue. Let's be real. He ain't ever getting a statue.
If he was gonna go there, that's what I'm trying to say. Like finish his career. If he finished his career at Arsenal from the age of 17, I think he'll get one in the long run. I think he'll be deserving one in the long run if he finished his career with Arsenal. But right now, it doesn't look like it.
I can't agree with that, man. We've got players like Wrighty that ain't even got a statue, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
That's why I said in the long run. Who says Wrighty ain't going to get a statue maybe in the next 5-10 years? These things are just slowly coming in now. It's about finding spaces for where they're going to put them as well. I know what you're saying. I know. We've got loads of statues. Imagine Fulham. They only had one statue.
It's a crime.
There's loads of. It's a crime that Rocastle hasn't got one at the fucking
true story.
You know what I mean? He should have one. These are people that should have one, but
man.
It's all planning and all that. So I think in the end, it would. I think it will warrant that legendary status. If
I kind of agree with what you're saying. If he stayed for the rest of his career, then you could look back over it and say, right, this guy's been here for 17 years.
Yeah, since he was 17 years old.
17, 18, whatever it may be by the time he retires at Arsenal. And you could look at that and say, do you know what? Yeah, he probably could have left at certain periods in his career. There was probably other clubs that have come in for him at certain periods, yeah? I don't ever buy into this talk about Barcelona. Why would they want him? Come on, man. Yeah, let's be real. Right? Listen, you're laughing, but let's be real. Barcelona don't want Aaron Ramsey. They never have. They never will. Right? They're never going to want him. It's like the previous manager. Sorry, Thierry Henry's got a job before you.
Yeah.
Come on. Right? All these people queuing up for Aaron Ramsey. Well, where the fuck are they then?
Yeah.
I've not seen Aaron Ramsey linked with a single football club.
And Thierry Henry's got an amazing job now. Like Monaco.
No, to be fair, he's landed on his feet there, right? But if you actually read what he put out on his Insta and his Twitter, he said, I've had a lot of job offers over the summer.
Just been selective, yeah.
Yeah? Well, he's not stupid, right? And to be fair, Monaco are idiots for sacking Jardim, man. Like, he's a decent manager. He is a good manager. And he's had to work with selling all of his best players, yeah? Right? But... just coming back to Ramsey, like if he stayed at Arsenal for another 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it is until the end of his career, then you could say, yeah, cool. Because the way people go on about Rosicky, and I tweeted this, I got a lot of abuse for this. I was just like, I don't buy into the hype about Rosicky. I don't get it. Same with Podolski, right? Well, I put Ramsey above both of them. What did Podolski do? The best thing Podolski did was jump in the crowd at Spurs.
Do you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
When you take a step back, and I rate Podolski, but when you take a step back, he's probably more crucial to the club than those two, for sure.
Same with Rosicky. Rosicky, fantastically gifted footballer, right? Scored a couple of goals against Spurs. I'll never forget the one where he banged it in the first minute, at White Hart Lane, screamer into the top corner. The rest of that game was dead, by the way. It was literally just like, okay, no one's having a shot. Right, but we won that game 1-0. He scored a goal where he dinked the goalkeeper. He scored some beautiful goals. Sunderland, I think he scored an unbelievable team goal. I think it was Sunderland or Southampton, I can't remember. Right, but I don't buy into the hype around it. It's like, yeah, you were good, but listen, Santi Cazorla's better than you. Santi Cazorla's done more at Arsenal. Aaron Ramsey's done more than all of them. And I love Santi, I love Podolski, and I love Rosicky. But let's be real, Aaron Ramsey's been better than all of them. And Aaron Ramsey ain't really lived up to the fucking hype and has been bang average since he's been here. But he's still done more than all of them put together because the guy scored 2 cup final winning goals.
And let's
be real, he ended a 9-year trophy drought. when we were 2-0 down to Hull, right? And if Gibbs hadn't cleared that ball off the line, we would have been fucked, right? And he's the forgotten man. Everyone forgets that, yeah? If Gibbs hadn't cleared that ball off the line, we would have been 3-0 down to Hull
That's
City.
true, man. That's true.
Yeah. When we beat Chelsea, they just equalised. This is the current reigning champions that have broken every record you can imagine at that time. And we had no chance. We battered them. They've equalised.
Nobody gave us a chance.
Straight from kick-off, bang, Ramsey pops up in the box, header, goal. The rest is history, right? So, when you look at that, I will never forget that. I'll never forget Steve Morrow wheeling away, fucking scoring the goal he scored against Sheffield Wednesday. And, for me, these cups have just been totally fucking disregarded over the years because of the Sky Sports and fucking BT Sports and like Champions League era has basically just killed off the FA Cup and the League Cup. So now they're seen as shit competitions to win, right? When I was around,
no.
as a kid,
they've only seen as shit competitions when we win them. Trust me, they load it when every
that's true.
fucker
That's
else
true.
wins
Same
that
with
shit.
Europa League. Man United
Trust
when they won
me.
the Europa League.
Exactly. There's only a shit competition when we win it.
No, you're right there. But at the same time, I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans say, well, yeah, it's only the FA Cup or it's only the League Cup. Well, no, sorry. The FA Cup for me was a big thing when I was growing up. It was the whole day. You're watching the road to Wembley, like from 8 a.m, and they're like the helicopters watching over the players and they're walking around in their suits on the pitch. You don't get any of that shit anymore. You get an hour build up like you do on a Super Sunday. Right, and it just pisses me off a little bit because that FA Cup is the longest serving cup competition in the world, right? And the way it's been totally fucking undermined over the last 20 years is a piss take, right? 95% of fucking players, or even 99% of professional footballers in England will never play in a cup final, FA Cup final, right? Aaron Ramsey scored twice in 2 cup finals. Yeah, let's take that into context here. He scored 2 cup final winners. How many people have played 2 cup finals?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And like, you got to look at it on both sides. I ain't his biggest fan, far from it. But on the flip side, and people don't like me for saying it, he's a legend, man. The geezer scored 2 cup final winners. For the rest of my fucking lifetime, I will remember that cup final against Hull, and I'll remember that cup final against Chelsea, and I'll remember the goals he scored. I'll also remember Sonogo backheeling it to Giroud. Yeah. Or Giroud back past and Sonogo backheeling it and then fucking Ramsey score it. Right. But in terms of keeping him, Ola, you said that he should be going back in their tail between legs saying we're taking the contract. Mate, it's too late for that. The club have said, listen, you're done.
Yeah.
And for me, the only way to get him out of the club is sell him in January if you want to make money on him, right? But then I said this the other day. You could say we've accepted a bid from West Ham, Everton, whoever it may be, Man United, Chelsea, if people think he's good enough for that level, right? Don't mean he's going to accept terms. He could go, now I'll see my contract out at Arsenal. I'll go for free. And do you know why he'd go for free? And why he'd say that? Because he'd get a signing on fee, which is bigger than what he'd get in January. And he'd get more wages because they're not paying a fee for the geezer. Right? So financially, for him, seeing out this season at Arsenal was better for him. Right? But this is where the club have got to play fucking ruthless now, yeah? And go, do you know what? We've accepted a bid from X, Y, or Z. We're selling you. If you reject their terms, cool. Go and play with the reserves. You ain't playing again for Arsenal Football Club. And go and bang him in the reserves. Keep paying him. And in 8 months' time, let's see what big clubs want to come in for you then when you ain't played all season.
Look what happened to Max Myers.
Exactly.
He ended up at what? Where did he end up? What, Palace?
Fulham. Is it Palace? Fulham?
Was it
Palace.
some idiot club like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he played the same day.
Forget all that. You asked earlier, how is Kolasinac on 200k? The motherfucker was free.
He was free, yeah.
And this is what Ramsey thinks he can do, right? Ramsey sat there. He watched Ozil and Sanchez play each other off all summer, right? Sanchez decided, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out of it. Ozil sat in the wings, waited to see what Sanchez would do. Sanchez crumbled first and left. Ozil was like, yeah, I'll collect 350 grand a week. Thank you very much, Alexis. Yeah. True though, isn't it? Let's be real.
Yeah.
Right? If Ozil had left, Sanchez would be on that.
Yeah.
Sanchez buckled first and went, yeah, cool, I'll go and take more money at United and you can fucking have that and win nothing.
You see,
Yeah,
I think that's the thing with Sanchez that still gets me till right now. If it was about that winning mentality, he would have gone to City. To me, it just showed it was about the money. No, hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me explain myself. Right?
No, go on.
City went on to win the title. Now, this season, they are the favourites to win the title again. United ain't nowhere near it. United was nowhere near it last season either, even though they finished second. It was like us finishing second to fucking Leicester. We were double digit behind fucking Leicester that season there. So let's not fucking paper over the fucking cracks. Let's tell it as it is. He didn't go there. If he really wanted to win trophies, like he said he wanted to, yeah, he would have gone City, and City wanted him. They wanted him. He would have took, if he really wanted it, he would have took a pay cut to go there to win titles. He didn't. He went to United, took all the money, played piano, got his fucking job, to fucking hotels, and now is at fucking United ruining his fucking career. Fuck off.
Right. Let me counter that, right? And listen.
Lee loves Sanchez. It's gonna count.
Right. Listen. I love Alexis Sanchez, right? And all these
I did too. I did.
I know you did. I know you did.
I love that geezer.
Right? And
I paid my money just to go and watch that guy in the fucking
Get
stadium.
you off your seat.
Yeah.
Right?
Trust me.
But let me tell you something, right? If you're a professional footballer and you've got arguably the biggest club in world football, Man United, and let's be real, they are one of the biggest three, the big three, Barca, Real Madrid. You could argue anyway for who's the biggest. Man United are potentially the biggest in the world, right? They come in for you and they're nowhere near the title in January at that point, right? Or you get Man City, who are just some rich club that are in United's shadow, basically, in terms of history. But the here and now, they're the best club for footballing trophies and all that, yeah? Right? But they're pissing a title. And you're a professional footballer, right? Both of them can offer you the world in terms of money. They can give you whatever. They'll throw anything at you, either one of them, right? You could then go to Man City and guarantee yourself a title inside 4 months. You leave in January, in May, you win a title. But you've only played 5 games. How is that fucking benefiting you? How is that benefiting you? How do you feel knowing that it's like Wes Brown winning the Champions League?
You didn't fucking bother Coutinho when he went to fucking
but Coutinho's South
Barcelona.
American, bruv. Them motherfuckers are cheat all day long to win a fucking game.
The same as Sanchez. This fucking South American. You didn't bother Coutinho when the buggered off to Barcelona.
No, that's true. I didn't even think that through.
They're all fucking South American.
But for me,
shit.
I look at it and I just go, do you know what? He's gone to the biggest club in world football. He could have got paid the same at Man City, and people only look at it and go, well, he went to Man United for the money. Let's be real here, yeah? Let's be fucking real and strip this back. You telling me Man City are offering less money? No way. They're going to offer exactly the same, if not more. Yeah? And they guarantee you a trophy in 4 months. Why didn't he go there? He didn't go there for the simple fact that Man United are the biggest club in world football.
So you believe the fact that he said he's always supported United since he was a boy? You really believe that idiot line?
No, I don't believe that because Robbie Keane said he supported 9 different clubs, yeah? Yeah, Sol Campbell said he wasn't leaving. 24 hours, he's holding up the shirt, you know what I mean? Yeah.
To be fair though, Ola, he probably thought he could break into the the United side a hell of a lot easier than the City side. I think that's a reasonable.
Well, he probably thought that he could elevate United to win the title.
He's got to be able to back his ability. He was one of the baddest thing moving in the Premier League the season before that, going into the season that he left us. So, thinking that I might be able to break the United 11 better than I'll be able to break the City 11. The City manager wanted you. He wanted you for fucking reason.
See, I see it different.
You should be able to back your ability. To go to City. He
knows
say,
he could walk straight into that City team. Yeah, he's better than Sane. I think he is. I think he is. He's won major international cups. You don't win Coppa Italia with the likes of Brazil, Argentina, all those fuckers in that tournament 2 years running if he ain't got something about you. Exactly.
So I know he's got that.
Yeah, but the thing I'm trying to say is, like, he probably looked at it and thought, Man United are the biggest club in world football, right? Yes, Man City are currently better and pissing a title, but Man U are going to finish second. If I go to Man United, I've got Paul Pogba there, I've got Lukaku there, and regardless of what anyone thinks of Lukaku, the guy scores goals, right? I've got Lukaku there, I've got Martial there, I've got Jose Mourinho there, and they will throw endless amounts of money at it to go and strengthen. So he's probably thought in his head, I could go and pick up a title in 4 months, but what's the point? Because I wouldn't have contributed, really. So
Well,
I'll go Man
contribute
United
next season.
and I'll go Man United and I'll elevate Man United above Man City, is probably what he's thought. Either one of them are going to pay him a shit ton of money, mate. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah? The only person who really knows is him himself and probably his dogs. Yeah.
I'm just glad them dog banners are out of my fucking thing.
Do you know what? Yeah, do you see what? Yeah, the game after we sold him, them fucking banners were still up in the fucking Emirates.
Fucking embarrassing, weren't they?
Yeah, they still had them up, and they still had the chili fucking badge down the clock end as well. Had the banner hanging off the side, chili and fucking whatever it was. Yeah, they still had them up. I can't remember what game it was we played. I think it might have been Palace. For some reason, I got Palace in my head. But we'd sold him, and I went to the Emirates a couple of days later, and then banners without him and Humber. I was like, yeah, good one. Well done, Red Action. Fucking embarrassing.
Embarrassing as fuck, man.
All right. So as we move towards the end of this, I'm going to ask you guys a couple more questions, and then we'll wrap shit up. In terms of the player that you think Emery's had the biggest impact on, I suspect we may all agree here, but let me get you both your takes on that real quick.
Go on, Lee. I'll let you go first.
The biggest impact.
I know you stand with Iwobi, so go on, say it.
Yeah, man. My guy. My guy.
You've been very vocal about this.
Naja man.
You've been very vocal about it. So
yeah, listen. As soon as he signed that new contract, I said it on here last time, Chig, yeah?
You did. As soon as he signed it, you said it, actually.
As soon as he signed it, I quote tweeted that fucking tweet from Arsenal when all the dickheads in the notifications below it and the replies were giving it, it's a disgrace. How have we given him a new deal? He's shit. Get out of the club. Every single fucking disgusting comment in the comments, yeah, on that tweet. I quoted it and put hashtag I stand with Iwobi. That's my guy this season. And you know what? He's fucking smashed it. He has smashed it. That guy has lost a bit of fucking weight. Yeah. He's toned instead of just carrying a little bit of puppy fat around his batty. Yeah. Yeah. He's actually toned up, right?
Oh, that jollof rice, that
you know what I'm saying?
That beautiful plantain.
Need a bit more.
As long as it ain't the fucking what's that one Jamie Oliver made up?
Jack Rice. Oh my God.
That's it. Fuck it. What's that all about? But no, he's been sick, mate. He's been fucking brilliant. And do you know what, Chris? Right? And Ollie, yeah. When we played Chelsea last season, and we got that draw. He played at number 10 last season, yeah, at the Bridge, and we played well there, right? Yeah. And he was our best player.
Yeah,
right?
I remember us both reviewing that game as well.
Exactly. Yeah, and he was brilliant. And I said in the lead up to Chelsea this year, Iwobi has to start. He has to start because he's the one player in this squad that will just get the ball down, spin, and run at people, right? And yeah, I know he's a little bit clumsy sometimes, and he picks the wrong pass sometimes, and his final ball ain't that, and his shooting's a bit off key sometimes. But this season, his final ball has been spot on, right? And his decision making, he's not panicking.
No, he isn't. He's going with a decision and he's making it.
Yeah.
It's like Emery just said, listen, I can see what you want to do. Just make it simple.
Exactly.
Decide what you want to do. Go with it.
But I think the fact that, you know, he's obviously seen the previous manager go. He's had the fans on his case all last season. And I told you the shit he was getting at fucking City at home when he limped off. Yeah. Racially abused left, right and centre, mate. Yeah. And I felt sorry for him that day. Right. And that was to a dead stadium because there was about 20,000 people there after everyone left when Silva scored the second. Right. But he walked off that day, limped off that day. And I felt sorry for him. And I was just like, do you know what? And in the lead up to that, I was like, get rid of him, get rid of him, get rid of him, get rid of him. And that was sort of the turning point for me. I was just like, do you know what? I feel sorry for this guy. And then when the previous manager left and the new ones come in, it's just like, I don't know what he said to him, but he's stripped himself down in terms of like body weight and he's bulked up, right? Then Emery's given him a new contract, which has obviously boosted his fucking confidence. But then he's come on and whacked it out and smashed it, which has got the fans on side.
The kid himself deserves a lot of credit because, as you said yourself, it would have been very easy once Wenger left for him to just be like, "Fuck, you know what? Let me bounce."
Yeah.
You know, the fans hate me. It would just be easier to just set up somewhere else where the fans will be able to give me a chance. It takes a mentally strong person to say, "You know what? Fuck this."
No, proper.
What?
Proper. And you know what? It was really nice against Watford when he came on as a substitute and the stadium cheered him. And then he went on.
That was nice to see.
He then went on to create the chance that ended up in an own goal, which turned the game. And then he was involved in the second goal, which killed the game. So it was just like, wow, in the space of 3-4 months, this guy has gone from being the villain to the hero. Yeah, and fair play to him, man. Fair fucking play to him. That's my most improved player. One thing I will say before I let Ola answer the question, I'm going to give him a little mention to Rob Holding as well. Yeah, because I think he's looked decent when he's played. And, you know, the fact that we had Socrates sat on the bench the other day and he played over him, I was like, okay, Emery's seen that as well then. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go.
I agree. My quick three, before Ola answers in full, my quick three are Rob Holding, Petr Cech, and Alex Iwobi. And a slight mention for Lacazette. But
we named three. I thought you just said one.
That's what I thought I said, but yeah, I'll go with a couple.
It's my show, damn it.
I'll go with a couple. I'll go with Lacazette. I mean, Lacazette, when we signed him, you was at this game, Lee. Liverpool away.
Yeah.
First fucking game of the season. We just paid £50 million for this striker. I had springs in my step like I was jumping on a pogo stick. And what the fucking Wenger do? He leaves him on the fucking bench while we fucking got battered. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God. And if you've just signed a fucking player, if you look at the start that he had and the start that Aubameyang had at Everton, it's polar opposites. You could see one came in with straight into the game, bagging near enough hat-tricks with a player has played alongside before in Mkhitaryan. Lacazette came into the league, watched us get battered by Liverpool, literally got torn apart.
And that was after he'd just scored against fucking Leicester on his debut. And then scored a goal that was deemed offside against Stoke in the game before.
Yes.
Yeah. And then he gets benched.
And, you know, we weren't really looking at that. We were just thinking, oh, Lacazette for Liverpool, man. You know what I mean? This is going to be a fucking touch.
Do you know what the worst thing was? I drove 4 hours to go there.
I remember you were seething. You were seething.
Right,
and to top it all up, we then go and sell probably one of our best players leading into the game to fucking Liverpool. Anyway, never mind all of that. It's been a big transformation since Emery showed up on Lacazette, and the way he's playing, the way he's built up his confidence, the way the guy is shooting. It believes now that if I take a shot, I'm testing the keeper.
Mate, that goal he scored against Fulham, the second one. Yeah, mate, he took that so early. That was fucking unreal. People are blaming the keeper, but that was a banging shot, man.
Exactly. You know, the guy now has belief in himself. And, you know, this is not belief. Iwobi said this. Emery is giving us the belief. He's telling us, listen, the shackles are off. Yeah? Don't worry if you make a mistake. We'll go again. We'll try again. And that's what they've all bought into. And Lacazette is shining. And I love Aubameyang as well. But for me, Lacazette be so stand out in the work rate, in what he's giving for the team, the goals he's bringing, the assist, the actual chemistry between him and the new signing in Aubameyang. It's been inspirational. And the other special mention that I'm going to give is Bellerin. I did not think I was going to sit down here and say this, after that interview that Bellerin had, where he mentioned Sanchez. It's had a big turnaround. We're all saying about how he couldn't cross. He gets to the byline, and that is starting to change. I'm seeing the improvement.
Trust me, that guy's crossing this season has been fucking unreal.
It's been on point. He's been spot on. He's finding people in the box, and
first time as well.
Literally, I will still say it.
And when you got somebody like Lichtsteiner, because I think it's a real coup that Emery went and got Lichtsteiner to breathe down Bellerin's fucking neck.
Yeah,
and he's not the perfect player, Ola. This is why I slightly disagree.
No. That's why I said
I can't criticize Kolasinac for being able to go forward and not being able to defend. If I can't say the same thing about Bellerin, he's a defender first. Yes, I see there's an improvement there. I agree with you.
This is what I'm trying to say.
I think defensively he's still poor.
Let's not forget. Yeah, while we're saying all of this, we're still a work in progress. I think for the whole season, maybe the next couple seasons, right? And we all said at the start of the season we were going to give everybody that flopped under Wenger a full season under this manager and see what he can get out of them.
Yeah.
And so far, in my eyes, he's getting a tune out of Bellerin. He's getting a tune out of Holding, like you said. He's getting a tune out of Iwobi that nobody even thought was going to happen.
He's getting a tune out of
fucking Welbeck.
Ozil.
Sake. Ozil. He's getting a tune out of these guys. And, we could give mentions to a handful of people here. And he's getting a tune out of these people, and it's fantastic. Credit to Emery for what he's done so
play.
far.
Do you know what, right? I'm glad you mentioned Bellerin, right? Because, listen, I hated Bellerin last season, yeah? Right? Everyone knows my thoughts on Bellerin last season. Zoolander, yeah, all that bullshit, you know what I mean? But listen, that was just frustration and anger and fucking the geezer pissed me off, man. Like some of the shit he was doing and saying. And I keep it real. If a player plays shit, they're getting called out consistently. I'll let him off 1 game or 2 games, but if you do it 3, 4, 5 games in a row, you're getting called out, right? And if you play well, consistently, or even on one given day, I'll fucking say, yeah. Against Fulham, I tweeted, Bellerin has been brilliant. And he was. Some of the crosses he put in the box, it was just like, this is like watching a prime David Beckham.
Impressive.
Literally, no joke, man. That guy, last season, would get the ball, he'd take a touch, he'd go backwards.
Yeah,
and he'd pass to Xhaka. Yeah? Every time he'd pass to Xhaka or he'd cut inside and pass to Mkhitaryan or Ozil, whoever's playing, right? This season, he's getting the ball, he's whipping it out wide, and he's looking up as he's chasing the ball, and it's just bang. And it's just pinpoint accurate, man. The crosses that geezer's whipped in this season have just been like, wow, what the fuck have you taken this summer?
Let me tell you what has impressed me most about Bellerin. I think tactically, he's now starting to get it. I think that's what's improved. Not even so much technical crossing or anything like that. I think he's now starting to be able, I hate the phrase, and I know I overuse it, but he's starting to read the game better.
Well, this is what I said earlier. When Monreal goes forward, he stays back now.
Yeah, exactly. Attacking-wise, though, I think he's starting to develop a real understanding of when to go, how to go. His decision-making has gotten a lot better as well. Because sometimes Hector would do some bullshit. And you're like, what were you trying to do, man? Like, what were you actually trying to do? But now I think he's starting to, when he goes forward, he knows exactly what he wants to do.
Exactly. Yeah. As soon as the ball comes to him, he knows what he's going to do in 5 seconds' time. Yeah. He knows I'm going to whip the ball down there. I'm going to chase the ball, and I can see Aubameyang or Lacazette running in. I can see Ramsey hanging on the D. Yeah. I'm going to whip that back. He's already picked the pass. Decision-making
in this league is so crucial.
Exactly. And you know what, right? That all comes back to the manager. Because let's be real. If Emery wasn't the manager and we still had the previous manager, would we have won 9 in a row? Yeah. Probably not. Probably not.
No.
Yeah, probably not. Would Bellerin have looked as good as he has? Probably not. Would Iwobi? No chance. Would Welbeck? Well, no, he wouldn't have played, right? Would Lacazette? Possibly, because there was times last season where Lacazette was fucking on it, yeah?
Right, you saw Xhaka's comments today saying that, that he feels that he's gotten to be a better player because tactically Emery just seems to be able to understand him better.
Exactly.
And subsequently, Xhaka understands his role better from a tactical perspective.
There you go.
That's for fucking Granit Xhaka.
There you go. And let's be real, he's even looked better this season.
And he has. He has.
A lot of players.
Mustafi's looked better. Mustafi's been decent this season.
Hey, like Lee Farrell would say, back on top, Mustafi, big up.
He actually put it on his Instagram today or yesterday, I think.
I know you, man. Like, I'm still yet to be convinced.
No. I ain't on Mustafi like that, brother.
He's been
he loves some of Mustafi.
I'm still praying for Mustafi, man. Hopefully my prayers is gonna get heard at some point.
I will say this with Mustafi. Generally, so far, has been better.
It's been better.
Still, I'm not convinced.
There's just players that are better. Like I said, transitional period.
The thing is, he doesn't dive in anywhere near as much as he did last season.
He didn't during the Fulham game, I'll give him that. And the one time he did, he actually got the ball.
Yeah. And against, let's be real, there's been games this season, I think against Fulham, he was our best centre-back. I think we even said that. Was it Fulham we said that?
What game was it when the ball was dropping out of the sky and he ducked it like it was a missile? What game was that?
No, that was a recent game.
That was a recent game.
Oh my days, I couldn't believe that.
That was a Newcastle game, bro. That was a Newcastle
game. Yeah. They went through.
What is he doing right now?
Like, what is wrong with this guy? Like, why would you do that?
Oh, gee.
Like, break cover. Like, why? What's? Oh my God!
You can't get rid of fucking years of bullshit. Like, fucking no tactics, no patterns of play. You can't get rid of it all in fucking 11 games, man. Trust me. At the end of this season,
to be fair,
I'll be shocked if Mustafi is still at the club next summer, right? But if he is, he will be 10 times the player he was before the start of this season.
Definitely.
Well, I suppose that brings me to my very last point before we wrap things up. Lauren Koscielny has retired from international football. Is it me or I thought Koscielny had already retired?
No. From what Emery said at the start of the season, he was still our captain. So
fuck knows why. I
don't. So the part of him retiring, I didn't
maybe he's continuing the long series of success for captains that never play for Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm not the only one. Oliver Ferrer said, I thought he quit after the World Cup. Me too. That's what I thought you already retired. I was like,
he didn't even play in the World Cup because he got injured before, innit?
Yeah, he did. And
let's be real. Come on, man. Look at the fucking centre backs. Varane,
he's pissed off with Deschamps.
Fucking Umtiti. He ain't got no chance, bruv.
Nah, man, he can bust that back line, man. What are you talking about?
The only thing my man's bossing is his wages every week, bruv. Yeah? My man can't even boss his missus.
Oh, and I forgot to ask you, it's come out since we've been on international break. The Adidas deal has been announced, and I know it was asked in our chat room.
I'm buzzing about that.
Are you guys feeling that deal? Are you liking it? How are you thinking about the Adidas deal?
Yeah, man, I'm buzzing about it. I like the move. It's potentially going to generate more money for the club. It's a good deal moving forward for the club. And let's hope they come out with satisfying kit designs for the fans.
I ain't even bought one.
Listen, if they
you need WD. What's going on, man?
No, do you know what? That's mate. Do you know what? Fuck WD-40. It's all about the sunflower oil, bro.
Whatever floats your boats, man. Whatever floats.
No, but do you know what? If they don't replicate that fucking bruised banana Adidas shirt back in the
that would
day,
be a good way to get the fans on side. If Adidas is by some weird miracle listening to this, just do the bruised banana. That's the first kit. Don't even waste time. Just get that out. And you'll have the fans on side. But all right, people, that's pretty much it from us. We've gone a long time, gone over an hour and a half. Thank you both to the fellas for joining me. I'm gonna let them plug their stuff before they bounce. Ola, let the people know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, man, you can find me on Twitter at Black Scorpion Free. You can find me on YouTube, Capital Scorpions TV as well. I've been doing a show with Chig, MMA, boxing, combat sport, basically, whatever's combat sport, you'll find us talking about it. So yeah, whenever you see the plug go up on Twitter, engage with us. We're always happy to engage back with you, and we'll talk about it. And yeah, thanks for inviting me back on the show, brother.
You're very welcome. We know you two are family, so that's not a problem.
Yeah, man.
And as for Lee, so I've had a few people remind me when I crossed 2,000 followers, which big shout out to everyone that's following me on Twitter, which if you're not already, at Colossal Chig, it's in the link below. I had a few people say that you should thank Lee as well because, you know, he's helped you build that following. Like, listen.
Don't be daft, man. Seriously.
Listen.
Don't be daft.
Lee knows how appreciative I am of his help. In fact,
be daft.
Because Lee doesn't like me complimenting him, I don't bang on about it a lot, but he knows.
Listen, at the end of the day, people think that people like us that sit on YouTube or tweets things out that go against the grain, we're all attention seeking, yeah? Let me tell you something, right? Yeah? I'm the least attention seeking person in the world. I ignore everyone. Literally. My brother's tried ringing me all week.
Say what you want to say then, Mouse.
Yeah, my brother's tried ringing me all week. That's my brother for 30 odd years. Yeah, I've ignored his ass all week. Yeah, like, and he's texting me, call me. No, I'm busy, mate. Like, I'm not. I'm just sat on the sofa. Yeah, but I'm the least attention-seeking person out there, and people think that if you come out with something that goes against the grain, like the Riziki comments that I tweeted out that I mentioned earlier. Right? Everyone's like, oh, you're just doing this for attention to get followers. I don't give two flying fucks how many people follow me. I've never asked for anyone to follow me, ever. Yeah, literally. I don't ask for people. Yeah.
You tell people, don't worry about my Twitter. Like, you actually actively tell people that.
Exactly, mate. And by the way, I've gone over 10,000 followers the other day, yeah? Right, and I'm nearly on 10,200. So I've gained nearly 200 in 3 days, and it's just like, why? Why are people following me? I even tweeted out, why the fuck are you not following me? I don't get it. All right, like, I don't. I genuinely do not get it. Right, and you know, just because I've gone 10k on Twitter and I'm nearly 6k on Instagram, I don't think I'm better than you with 2k or fucking anybody with 5 people or 1 person following them. I just say what I say, and if people agree, it's cool. Yeah.
Hey, listen, and I can back Lee up on everything he's saying. I've seen the man on the street in the cold, sat down with homeless people and talked to them.
Yeah, you have for actually,
a long period.
Yeah,
and
Newcastle,
I'm telling
man.
you, somebody that don't get in over his head or think he's bigger than anybody else. I'm telling you, genuine, real, and it's not nothing about I'm just trying to get. I know Lee. We've been around each other loads of times. You know what I mean? So I'm telling from personal experience with the man.
The couple of times I've been to the games, Lee's been stood at the Arsenal Fan TV lot, and I know a lot of that lot would be big time in the fuck out of everybody else. Lee doesn't do that shit. But if anything, he says, "Bruv, come and stand next to me, man. Come and stand here. And he's done that a few times. And he doesn't have to do that, but he's done that a few times.
No, man. Lee's a genuine geezer, man.
Well, just coming back to that Newcastle thing, yeah, with them that homeless couple, I've genuinely felt fucking sad for them, man. Like you see, I sat there for half an hour talking to them.
Who was there, man?
Right?
You know
and do you know what the funniest thing was, right? What fucking really fucking pulled on the heartstrings, yeah, right? We were talking to them coppers, innit? Right?
Yeah.
And I said, where can I get cigarettes? And I went in the shop, and the guy tried charging me £19 for a packet of fags. I just threw the fags back in and went, "You're taking the piss, bro. Seriously, see you later." Like £19, right? And I walked out of there, and I said to Ola and Lewis, I was like, "Mate, I really need a fucking cigarette." And this homeless couple, they're only like early 20s, yeah, boyfriend and girlfriend, and they're sat there. They've got nothing, literally nothing. They're fucking sleeping rough, right? And the girl, she was smoking a cigarette, and she heard me say it, and she went, "Do you want the rest of that?" And I was just like, "Do you know what? You've got nothing, yeah? I can go and buy fags. I could have paid 19 quid if I wanted to, yeah? right? And you've given me fucking potentially your last cigarette. And I sat there for fucking half an hour talking to them, man. I even fucking put on my Instagram and tagged the girl in my Instagram. Yeah. Fucking like, it's fucking disgusting how this country is and blah, blah, blah. And I tagged her because she gave me her Instagram, yeah. And fucking...
She's hopeless, but she has Instagram. But,
but do you know what? Their story was mate, do you know what? Their story was so sad. It was unreal, mate. Literally, like, the boyfriend was a bit of a fuck up, yeah, like in and out of jail, like fucking on the wrong path, hanging around with the wrong people and that, yeah, right? And her family disowned him and her because of him, yeah, because she wanted to be with him and this and that. So she got kicked out, innit?
Yeah, it was a mad thing, man.
Yeah, it was sad, man. It was proper sad. And it was just like, do you know what? I've only got debit card on me. If I had actually fucking like proper money, like I would have fucking sorted them out. But it was proper sad, man. It was just like your family disowned you because of him, which is cool. I get that. But now you're sleeping on the street in Newcastle.
And in the next breath, as nice as Lee was, he wanted to bite some other fucker's nose off his fucking face.
That case was
about fucking 5-minute walk to fucking Subway to get some fucking food. Lee's trying to kill somebody and get us all fucking locked up.
Mate, that geezer was a fucking idiot. He's like, you're pushing in. I was like, bruv, I went for a cigarette. I was in the queue. Yeah, he's like, you're pushing in. And he's like, all in my face, mate. The geezer was about 8 foot tall, man.
He was. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
No, but you know what? Seriously, like I said, yeah, fucking
Lee's
social...
barking at the security guy. The security guy came in the face. Lee's
yeah, he told me to stop being so noisy. I was like, mate, it's like, calm down. Yeah, like, what do you mean stop being so noisy? Everyone's noisy. Everyone's had a good night. Newcastle was lit, bruv. Yeah,
Newcastle was lit.
But it's like, you know, just coming back to social media and all that. It's like, I don't give a fuck how many followers I've got. Yeah, and you know, people care about their likes and their follows and all that. I don't give a fuck. I just put what I'm putting up, and if people like it, cool. Right, and if you don't, I'm just going to ignore you anyway. Right, but you know, fucking, I just. You know, people say I say controversial shit, right? And some of the stuff I fucking put out there, like the Bellerin video and some of the Wenger shit, and then like I've toned it down, man. I have, because like some of it was a bit deep, yeah, right. But at the same time, that's due to frustration, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, Wenger's gone now, so what do you have to be angry about anymore?
This is the thing, yeah. This is what fucking makes me laugh, right? Now he's gone, and I'm like rejoicing in the fact that we've won 9 straight games. I've got people telling me you need to calm down and you need to do this, and it's just like, do you know what? Yeah,
you can't.
It's like, you know, I've been over the top, and I have gone deep, and I've pissed a lot of people off. Yeah, I get that. That's cool, right? And you know, I've had people try to stick it on me at games and stuff like that. Yeah. But I also get a lot of people that say fucking fair play, blah, blah, blah. And it's cool. And it's like 50-50. If you put yourself out there like you do, Chig, yeah? Right? You've got to accept the rough with the smooth, right? And I get that, yeah? Right? But at the same time, you know, you could go deep like I've gone with the previous manager, with Ozil, with Bellerin, whatever, right? But then on the flip side of that, it's now all going sweet and you still get hate. And because you're happy. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. I'm getting hate because I'm being negative and I'm fucking being toxic and blah, blah, blah. But now on the flip side, I'm being positive, ultra happy, like so fucking cool and buzzing. Bro, and people are going, calm down. You can't win.
I was retweeting Iwobi's, because people like banging on about stats about their favourite players. So for the very first time, I retweeted someone's stats about Iwobi. And then I got this comment from someone who follows me on Twitter going, oh, well, I saw you sucking the dick of Iwobi the other day. I thought to myself, are you serious right now?
Like, bro, seriously, I know you're Nigerian, bro. Yeah? You are the least Iwobi fanboy out there. And he's from your motherland.
It's just you just can't do anything. But anyway.
And this is the thing with social media, right? This is why I just say what I say. I reply to the people I like and I follow, or that I know follow me, and like, you know, fucking have always been there and been polite. Yeah. And then I'll randomly just quote tweet a dickhead every now and again just to highlight their stupidness. Right. And then I'll just bounce straight out of there. Like that tweet I put up about Hazard, I listed 20 players or 25 players better than him. Right. And literally You're clapped. You're a nonce. Don't reproduce. And I'm sitting there looking at these comments like, and I went through one guy's, I can't remember who he was, right? But I went through one of his tweets, through his Twitter page. And he's like, I can't believe it's school holidays next week. And I'm like, you're sitting there going, you're clapped, you're a nonce, this and that. Bruv, do you even know what nonce means? Because if you did, you would not be fucking tweeting that. Yeah. Right? And that's why I just laugh, because everyone's hard online behind a keyboard, right? And it's just like, it's quite embarrassing at times. You know, I've been a dickhead, right? And I've said some things that I shouldn't have said. And I've fucking pissed a lot of people off, right? But at the same time, people that know me, like Ola, like you, and many others, have gone, do you know what? You're actually sound. Yeah? And, like, you're not after the fame or the fucking limelight. You try and take a back step. You've seen me at games, Chris, yeah? Like you said, it's just like, yeah, come, what are you standing over there for? Come stand with me, man. Come talk to me. Yeah, and I'll just sit there and talk. And people, like the odd person here and there, will come up and go, oh, can I have a picture? I feel embarrassed when people ask me for a picture. It's like, why do you want a picture of me? Yeah, why do you want a selfie with me? It's embarrassing, man. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I really don't. It's just like, you know, fucking... I'll give you a quick example, because I know you want to wrap up, right? There's a young lad, I can't remember his name. We'll big him up if he's watching this, yeah? He works in the Co-op in Northamptonshire. Yeah, I'm not going to name the area where it is, but it's a little tiny village in Northamptonshire, right? And I went in there about 6 months ago, and I've gone in there just to buy a can of Red Bull. My company were doing some work in the area, right? And I've gone in there, and it's just him on the till. He was like early 20s, just him on his own. And I'm like third in the queue. The queue's 10 deep, right? And he's looking at me, and I'm like, why does this guy keep staring at me, like, as he's serving these other people? And he's like proper staring at me. I'm like, right, this geezer's a bit off key. He's scaring me a bit, yeah? I get to the front of the queue. He goes, oh my God, it is you. And I'm like, thinking, what the fuck is he talking about? Do I know this? Have I pissed him off? Like, what? He goes, you run that YouTube channel, innit? I was just like, which one? So he goes, Gunner Bang. I was like, yeah. He goes, oh my God, can I have a selfie? There's like 8 people behind me in the queue. I was just like, oh my fucking God, please swallow me up. Like, why? Like, why are you asking for a fucking picture with me? Why you're at work? And there's like, mate, it's embarrassing. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't really like, you know, if people want a picture, cool. I ain't chasing that shit, man. I get paid very well for the job I do. Yeah, nothing, including YouTube, is ever going to compare to the wages I get paid for the work I do. So, you know, unless I become a Premier League footballer.
There you go.
You know, it's irrelevant.
Out there grinding,
followers.
Yeah,
you know that, innit, Ola? You come to me before, innit, when I was working, man. Right? But
YouTube ain't a lottery life. If it was, Ola would be doing videos
every day. I'd rather be out there
exactly
grinding, man.
Unless
don't pay my bills, man.
Unless you're on a level of KSI or Logan Paul or people like that.
True Jody and those guys.
True Jody. People, anyone,
them man, they're caking it.
Anyone's got a million plus.
Yeah, anyone a million plus. Yeah, listen, you don't sign a deal with Coral to do a live watch along on match day like True Geordie's done. You don't get KSI, Logan Paul, fucking all them sort of people. He had fucking Nile Ranger on. Yeah?
Yeah.
Mate, do you know what? I watched that 2 hours, yeah. Nile Ranger even liked my tweet, yeah. Right? I was like, fucking hell. That geezer is a fuck up in life.
That was
the best podcast I have ever watched in my life, right? And
he's done some good ones, man. To be fair to him, he's done some really good ones.
Mate, the one he done with Logan Paul, that was the best one I watched, right? But that Nile Ranger one surpasses that, yeah? And the shit Nile Ranger was coming out with, I was just like, oh my God, you actually don't learn, right? You literally do not fucking learn, right? But then at the end of it, I was like, do you know what? I actually quite like him. Yeah? It's like, I know you're a dickhead, and I know you're fucked up, and I know you're fucking super talented, and you've ruined your career, basically, to the point where no one wants to touch you. But I get it, because you got given X amount so quickly, and I get it, right? And that's what I sort of tweeted, and he liked it, yeah? And I was just like, you know, fucking people like True Geordie, you know, fucking, and podcasts. I don't really listen to podcasts, right? But True Geordie's first ever fucking YouTube video was a video of him going balls deep on fucking Nile Ranger. what
After
I
his
pretty
mate
much
just
did,
passed away. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And he was fucking going sick on him, yeah, which is what I did on Bellerin, basically, yeah, and what I've done on the previous manager, right? But to get him on the show and to do what he did full circle 4 years later, when he's gone one way and he's gone the other way, mate, unreal, right? And until you get to that level, you're never making money. You know, fucking people like me, people like you, we ain't making change out of YouTube. Fucking, it's just a hobby.
Yeah, man, it's a hobby.
Yeah?
It's just something I like to do.
Off, to be honest, because I bitch about Arsenal. I might as well find a forum to do it. That's what this YouTube.
But do you know what, right? You know, people say about AFTV, oh yeah, it'd be dead once the previous manager's gone. Mate, they're still getting over 1 million views a week on match day. On that weekend with videos, it ain't gonna die because it's too big, right? But until you get to that level, you ain't making paper. Yeah. So you ain't gonna quit your job. I ain't gonna quit my job, and Ola ain't quitting his job. So it's just like, you know, we say what we got to say. If people agree, cool. If you want to fucking hate over someone else's opinion, that says more about you than it does me. Yeah, and that's how it is, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to shut the fuck up and let everyone go to bed.
I was going to say, let the people know where they can find you, which is the question at the start.
Yeah, where was the plug? Where did the plug go, Lee Gunner? We just spent another 20 minutes talking about your biography.
You're watching this, but it's about half an hour left.
What you want to do is pin your comment and just say from X minute, just switch off.
Actual finishes. Right.
Yeah, man. No, appreciate you having me back on, man. Even though I do ramble on every day. Fucking every time I come on, I just go off on a mad one. But at least it's a positive mad one. But
it is a positive mad one.
But yeah,
it's good, man. It's good. It's been
Lee Gunner 82 on Instagram. If you want to follow my Twitter, cool. Like you said earlier, I don't really give a fuck, but it's the same at Lee Gunner 82.
And also, let me plug my Insta, otherwise Lee will be mad. So my Insta is UNET_Eagle_I1. Do follow me on Insta.
Are you actually going to use it? Have you actually posted it?
I've decided I won't today. Real talk, I won't today. But tomorrow, I'm really actually going to start actively.
So sorry, what's the difference between now and tomorrow?
Because by the time I do the things I need to do here, then I've still got to flip it, go and iron my shirt and shit for tomorrow morning. By the time I do all of this shit, I'm going to need to go to sleep.
No. Sorry.
Listen,
not buying these piss poor excuses. It takes 30 seconds to post a fucking Instagram post.
I'm set to go. I've got the app, right? Put it this way. When I'm in bed, looking through my Insta, I'll post something. But I don't want to be held to it.
Well, you're gonna post you in bed. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm hearing?
No. Let me clarify.
This is gonna be a debut and a half. This is gonna be a debut and a half.
Oh my God.
Himself in bed.
He's gonna do an Insta live from his bed. You know what I'm saying? Like rose petals everywhere, candles. Yeah. Hello, it's me. You're looking for.
These dickheads, right? Oh my gosh! And my mum watches my show, right?
Big up the mum.
Yes,
how the hell can I smell this when you guys are on the
listen, when you get off of this fucking show, before you do anything, right, you take a screenshot on your phone of this show on YouTube, right? You then fucking edit it so it's got all the shit underneath the fucking views and all that bollocks, so it ain't got all the bollocks underneath of other people's videos. You then go and post that on your Instagram. Yeah, yes. You tag me and Ola in it and go catch the show with X and X. Yeah. Blah blah blah. Bang. We like it. It then starts moving
we'll repost
around.
It and
30 seconds.
Ola, you're on Instagram.
Yeah, man, of course. I told you this on Insta when you.
He don't listen, bro. He's clueless, man. You know,
yeah,
man sitting there thinking Twitter's the be all and end all.
I just got used to Twitter. Let me take my time.
Yeah, man. Baby steps, man. Baby steps. Baby steps.
We're still in the fucking embryo stage, bro. Don't worry about that.
We're really in the embryo stage. I ain't gonna lie. I said to Lee the other day, somehow I've got like 70 subscribers and I ain't posted a damn thing. And Lee was like, yeah, that's because of me, motherfucker. I keep telling people to follow you. There's nothing to fucking follow right now.
Yeah, man, you need to make a post, man.
Put get on it, man. Get on it. Instagram's wicked, man. I fucking
lovely,
love Instagram.
Man. There ain't no fucking trolls on there, man. That's
they can't retweet shit. That's why
they can't fucking.
It's paradise over there. So I've got
literally,
life is good.
If you go through my DMs, I've got maybe 1,000 DMs sat there. Yeah, I've probably got about 700 I've not opened because I'm just too busy, right? And I might get the odd dickhead go, "Oh, you're a dick," and I'll just go, "Yeah, cool, suck your mum, see you later." Block, move on.
Blocked.
Yeah, right. But they can't retweet your shit, right?
Yeah.
So you ain't getting trolled. On Twitter, people can retweet something you post and it could go viral inside an hour, right? On Instagram, that's never going to happen. You can delete comments. So you might get some little prick go, "Oh, fucking, you're a nonce." Yeah, cool. I'm swiping and deleting, bruv. See you later. Yeah? I'll mute your ass. Do you know what I mean? So you can delete comments. You can't do that on Twitter, which is why Twitter's fucking vicious, man. But anyway, rub the shark, man.
People are migrating to Insta. So yeah, I hear you. All right, cool. I will use it. I promise. Anyway, people, that's it from us. If you listen to me for the first time, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell.
They left about half hour ago when I started rambling.
There's still a whole heap of people here. I couldn't believe you. 125 people still watching. You know?
Wow,
and we only got what? 8 likes, 5 likes. Come on, people, man. What you lot doing?
Like that shit, man.
Crush that like button for me. And also, because there's a Monday night game. I hate fucking Monday night games. So I'll probably do a preview, probably Friday, something like that, where I talk about the Leicester game, which I think we will crush them 3-1. That's my prediction for that game.
Ain't I doing that show with you?
Are you still coming on with me to do that show, bro?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Do it Saturday though. Do it Saturday.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you meant to be linking Mike on Friday?
Yeah, that's just this Friday. Yeah, this Friday.
Let me ask you this then, bro. Is Thursday or Saturday better?
Saturday's better because it's 2 days before the game. You don't want to do it 3 days before the game. It's too early.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it 3 days before the game either. All right, so cool. Let's do it Saturday.
Yeah, do Saturday.
We'll work out a time and announce it on my Twitter, which is another plug. Follow me at Colossal Chick. You'll be notified as soon as we're doing the show. Or the other way is just hit that notification button and you'll be alerted. So me and Lee will do a preview for that game. You see, special treat, because you guys that keep banging on that I need to do more shows than Lee, that'll be a 3rd one in a row now. So
sit there.
Well, I should start charging for this shit, bruv.
So,
it's all right. I'll let you have a picture with me in the next game, yeah?
Right.
I'm joking.
We're finally gonna get out of this. So all right. Crush that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're out of here.
Unai Emery's Red White Army.
Wakanda forever.
All right. Out of here, people. Take care.
Peace.